It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Rams pregame show starts now.
Miss you card that Barry was
And good afternoon from Carbondale Community High School. Chris Hugo with you today on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Danny Czerwinski will join us in just a moment. As the Rams, who are 10-4 on the year, will battle the 6-4-1 Carbondale Terriers. The Rams, of course, put a perfect 2-0 South 7 conference mark on the line today against a Terrier team that has lost to Centralia 4-1, but has beaten Cahokia 11-4. New head coach this year, Chad Perschbacher, takes the reins. We'll see how that works out today against the Mount Vernon Rams. Landers Collision Center now not only fixes them all, details them all as well. Ask about premium detailing at Landers Collision Centers. Call whenever you need them. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. We need to take a quick break here on your Landers Collision Centers pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk more about this matchup between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. Will also have your Central Christian Church batting orders for this afternoon's contest. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm Jason Lord with a look at your next round weather. We do see a mix of clouds and sun for this afternoon. There will be a little rain to the south, high of 57. Clear skies and a chilly night tonight. Low of 32 in the countryside, 36 in town. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high of 62. Low of 41 on Friday night.
The Motor City reclaims its name with the 2013
as we start the weekend. Turning cloudy as we see a shower on Sunday. The high again near 70. Next round weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
The Motor City reclaims its name with the 2013 Chrysler 200. Hi, Roy Schmidt Chrysler dealer at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon. The Chrysler 200 has a great classy design. The lines and curves create a precise, chiseled profile. LED tail lamps eliminate attention to detail, and each Chrysler 200 wheel choice adds a different finishing touch to the vehicle's overall design. Right now, we are offering our own finishing touch with great incentives. Choose $3,000 in customer cash or choose 0% financing for 72 months. Wow! We have over 30 Chrysler 200s in stock, all having been awarded the IIHS Top Safety Pick. Browse our entire inventory at KingCityChrysler.com or come see one of our associates at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and don't forget to find us on Facebook.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
622-7220. Historic New England this fall. 800-622-7220.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more
And we welcome you back to Carbondale Community High School. Chris Hugo with you. Danny Czerwinski will be alongside just a moment for your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Landers not only fixes them all, they detail them all as well. Big or small, ask about premium detailing at Landers Collision Centers in Mount Vernon, or call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski will be here in just a moment as the Mount Vernon Rams prepare to battle the Carbondale Terriers here this afternoon. Of course, Carbondale 6-4-1 on the year, 1-1 in the South 7 Conference. Rams, meanwhile, are 10-4, now 2-0 in the South 7. Got a big win yesterday against West Frankfort at home, a final of 11-1 in 6 innings. Tuesday, when they were at Marion, they shut out the Wildcats 6-0 behind a complete game effort from Brock Fulkerson. Today, the Rams are going to send to the hill Landon Thomas, who has pitched very well, the left-hander this year. We'll see if he can get another win. Of course, Landers Collision Centers fixes and details them all. Ask about premium detailing. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Landers Collision Centers, of course, up Mount Vernon and Salem. We're going to try to keep you up to date with the field surrounding us as well. Not only are we here for Rams baseball, hope to keep you up to date with Lady Rams softball playing to our field to our adjacent right, to our adjacent left. JV Rams baseball will be playing. We'll try to keep you up to date there as well. We'll have plenty of Tony Wilk State Farm scoreboard updates coming your way. A little bit later on in the broadcast, Rams baseball, meanwhile, is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. With 5 Jefferson County branches, that's more than anyone else. Community First Bank continues to grow in Jefferson County. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. For the Rams, meanwhile, Reese Barnfield, of course, our man, Holly Carroll, taking care of us back at the studio as well. Glad to have you with us. A special presentation of WMIX Sports. Mount Vernon Rams baseball at Carbondale, pardon the distraction. We are here and glad to be bringing you this contest between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. Tomorrow, we're back at home. The Mount Vernon Rams, meanwhile, will take on Belledale East. The Lancers come to town. 4:15 will be your scheduled pregame. 4:30 is your first pitch. Tomorrow, Danny Czerwinski and myself will have the call of that one. Don't forget the Saturday Sports Show each and every Saturday morning from 8:08 until 10 o'clock. WMIX and WMIXSports.com. We'll run down your Central Christian Church batting orders. First for the Mount Vernon Rams, the visitors on the scoreboard today will be number 3, Matthew Williams, the shortstop, leading off. Landon Thomas is on the hill today, batting second. Colin Young, the catcher, will bat third. In the cleanup spot today, once again, is Colton Metter, yesterday's Rend Lake College player of the game. He's at first base. George Flota bats fifth, will get to start at second, while Jake Pike is batting sixth in right field. Batting seventh out in center field today is Clayton Reeves, while Sawyer Harrison gets to start at third, bats eighth. And Hayes Peninsky will round up the lineup for the Mount Vernon Rams out in left field today. So it should be an interesting contest between the Rams and the Terriers. Of course, that lineup is presented by Central Christian Church. Log on to thenewscentral.com where you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. That's all at thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church, of course, is loving God and loving people. We'll meet the Carbondale lineup in the bottom half of the first inning. Defensively for the Terriers, they will start pitcher Joey Weber. Waters, your catcher, Kauffer, Nadowski, Robinson, and Kelly from third to first around the infield. Noah Thornburg won't bat today, but he'll be out in left, while Hoffman and Bird are in center and right, respectively. And we should get underway with this contest relatively on time. It's about 23 minutes past the 4 o'clock hour here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. And again, Rams baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll be telling you about them all throughout the broadcast and all throughout the season, as Community First Bank is the official voice of Rams athletics here on WMIX. Should be a dandy today. It's going to be a beautiful afternoon here in Carbondale. We'll get you your weather forecast and game conditions here in just a moment. As the Rams have already taken the infield, Carbondale just wrapped up a moment ago. The umpires have just recently taken the field. Of course, they'll be dressed in black today. You see various colors throughout the season. Have not seen red or cream yet. But black is now our third color. It's primarily been navy and a little bit of a lighter periwinkle type blue amongst our umpiring crews thus far this season. As far as your weather for today is concerned, unofficially, it is 62 degrees here in Carbondale. Winds will probably be calm. There are much winds to speak of out of the north-northeast, maybe about 2 miles per hour, if that. It should be a beautiful day for high school baseball. Definitely not going to be as chilly as we've been accustomed to over the past few days and past few weeks at Brennan Klein Memorial Field, where the wind has always been ferocious and it has been a little chilly. But it has definitely made for some interesting game conditions. Tim Holloway and, of course, Chad Perschbacher will exchange lineups at home plate, and we'll get underway with this one in just a moment. First pitch time should be roughly around 4:30, so we should get underway like we normally would with Mount Vernon Rams baseball. Of course, the mission for Rams baseball always to try to get in, get the win, and get out within an hour and a half or so. It should be interesting. We'll see if we get this one in that frame of time, as the Rams and Terriers are set to do battle here from Carbondale. Chris Hugo with you. Danny Czerwinski will be here in just a moment, as the Rams will have a busy week next week as well. They will take Monday off. Then on Tuesday, they will play Mascoutah at home. Since there hasn't been a conference rainout thus far, that's typically a conference rain date on that Tuesday in April. Rams will get one in against Mascoutah. Then on Wednesday, they'll travel to Renton One Park, where they will take on the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Thursday, it'll be conference play against Cahokia. And then they will take Friday off before hosting the St. Anthony Bulldogs, the defending 1A state champions, on Saturday. So that'll be a good doubleheader for you. We'll have all of those games on WMIX. If you're wondering about Lady Rams softball next week, we'll, of course, have the Lady Rams at Edwards County on Monday, and then they will host Mater Dei with a doubleheader on Friday afternoon. That should be about a 4 o'clock start time, but we will have both of those games for you on Friday night against Mater Dei with the Lady Rams right here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Can't wait to bring you this one. DC will be here with us in just a moment. Book already filled out and ready to go. We've already met your Carbondale Terriers defense. We've met your Mount Vernon Rams. Of course, it'll be your familiar faces at the top of the order for Mount Vernon, with Landon Thomas on the hill today. He'll bat second. Then it'll be Matthew Williams, Landon Thomas, and Colin Young here today for the Orange and Black. So glad you can join us. WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as the Rams are here in Carbondale for a South 7 Conference showdown in D.C. We're inside today. It's a warm, beautiful day. This is high school baseball.
Well, this is the way it's supposed to be. I mean, I know it's early spring and whatever, but this is spring high school baseball that's best to have the opportunity to play on a day like this. And this field looks pretty good shape, especially the infield, and we'll see what happens with Mount Vernon. Hopefully, even though they got a win yesterday, kind of a lackluster effort. I'd like to see more of a inspired effort here today with a win for the Mount Vernon Rams.
Of course, this is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Landers Collision Center's big or small. Landers fixes them all. Give them a call next time you need them. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. We are live from Carbondale, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. As we have some of the information, of course, from the Terriers, they are, of course, 6-4-1 on the year. We told you that they're 1-1 in the South 7, but wins against Frankfort, Trico. They lost to Alton, Jackson, Missouri. And you see Carbondale and Marion a lot play teams out of Missouri, Cape Centrals, Jacksons, what have you.
Right. Problem by geography, you got to have that opportunity to play those teams. That's going to happen in the 4-class system. You're going to have to go out and find some people to play.
And there you have it. That's
Bowman Academy.
Yeah. Did you know
I'm thinking Cahokia? I think that's Cahokia High School.
It is.
Has to be.
Cahokia on Max for some reason is listed as Fort Bowman.
Of course, the co-op may happen. Who knows?
Hey, anything that can happen these days. It'll be Matthew Williams to get the Rams started here, as we'll get started just a scant early, but not by much. On the road at Carbondale, South 7 Conference showdown between your 10-4 and 2-0 Mount Vernon Rams and the 6-4-1 and 1-1 Carbondale Terriers. Matthew Williams, the right-handed bat, will lead off for the Rams here as we await your first pitch. Pitcher on the hill today is going to be Joey Weber for the Terriers. Right-hander, if I remember correctly, I don't believe we saw him pitch last year. Totally has a decent arm, as the first pitch will come at about 4:28. And that'll be called a strike. So a first pitch strike to the first batter of the ball game, Matthew Williams. He leads us off, top of the first. Fouls one off on the 0-1. Quickly becomes no balls, 2 strikes. Thomas, the pitcher, is on deck, and of course we'll see a different look to the Rams outfield with Landon Thomas being the pitcher today. But we'll see how that happens in the bottom half of the first inning. Right now, the top half of the score, 0-2 on the way, and a good fight there by Matthew Williams as he defends the plate. He'll send that elsewhere, and the count remains 0-2. As the Rams have a 0-2 count with Williams. He'll take inside, lifted the arms a bit, and it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Williams at short, Thomas the pitcher, Young the catcher, Metter the first baseman. I'm on a written some things in here, but DC out of course I have it. Flow to the second baseman, and of course that's going to be sent down to the third base side. Call for the third baseman will make the throw to first in time. What a great punch out over there.
We're good now.
All right,
kind of concerned and worried. I thought, what?
Well, at first I tried to give you my book.
Well, I was seeing 2 second basemen and 1 guy in almost 2 spots, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened here? Carlos Marmol took over today and tried to fulfill in the scorebook as well, I guess.
Hugo happened. That's what happened. Well, I see what I did now.
Yeah, see, I'm good now. I'm kind of wondering what was shaking here as far as. But it's okay. We got it figured out.
First pitch to the lefty, Thomas is going to miss. This will be 1 ball, no strike, 1 on, nobody on the top of the first inning. Rams trying to see if they can strike first as they did yesterday and the day before against Frankfort and Marion, respectively. But a 1-0 pitch will be called a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike to LT, capable of planting the ball anywhere. He sprinkled quite a few base hits across the field in his Ram career. Next one, foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Try to keep you up to date on the JV baseball and the Lady Rams softball game on the adjacent fields today. They got started a little bit earlier.
The restaurant and the Space Needle where it circulates around where we can see everything we need to see.
That's funny. I was thinking about that as I was walking up. The 1-2 high. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Thomas. Colin Young, the catcher, on deck. See if the Rams get something going here in this top half of the first
type
inning.
of grass that has on this field is not a dormant grass. It stays green year-round. That's why it looks so good this early.
And it is pretty. The 2-2 ground ball, second base side. It will be picked up by Robinson. Fires over first to Kelly. And just like that, 2 away.
The easy play, ground ball so far. Rams pounding the ball in the dirt to left and right side for the 2 outs at the top of the first.
That'll bring in Colin Young. 2 away here, top half of the first inning, as you just heard. No score yet. Rams and Carbondale on the road. Back at it tomorrow. The Belleville East Lancers will come to town. We'll see you at Brennan Klein Field, hopefully with your radio at 4:15, or you can listen to the pregame here on WMIX. Pitch on the way to Young. He'll swing it off, and that'll be a foul tip. 0-1. We're good. what you need to do. Top of the first, no score, 2 outs. Bases are empty for Colin Young with Colton Metter on deck. The righty Weber will get set and fire, and that's going to be a wild pitch. Ball 2. Ball 1, 1-1. Oh, but I wrote down the count. Wow, we already got some scores coming in, so we'll get you a Tony Will scoreboard update here in just a moment. 1-1 the count, 2 gone. Bases empty for Young. Pitch on the way. He's going to catch the outside corner and falls behind 1-2. Pretty crafty pitch from Joey Weber. Lauder to the catcher's going to set up inside. Weber gets set. He's coming out of the windup. The 1-2 pitch is en route here in the top of the first. Fouled off, and Young stays alive. Nobody on, 2 out, no score. Nothing to it yet.
Weather outside is probably obviously the best day for baseball around the southern Illinois until tomorrow. And then lots of water predicted for next week, unfortunately, in the area.
1-2 coming, there it is, and that's going to be swung on a miss. So 1-2-3 go the Rams, rarely here in the top of the first. No score through a half. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner with customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Link.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon invites you to come check out the all-new Chevy Spark. It not only looks awesome, it gets great fuel economy and has lots of safety features like 10 airbags, free OnStar for 6 months with directions and connections, and 3-year, 36,000-mile or 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. The Spark starts out at just $13,900. It's a fun and safe car that you just gotta have. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we'd like you back to Rams Baseball. No score as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. We need to meet the Carbondale Terriers.
Leading off, John Nance, followed by Will Nadolski and Mitch Lauder. Cleanup hitter will be Joey Weber, followed by Jordan Kelly and Justin Hoffman. Levi Kofer will bat 7th, playing third base. Dylan Bird 8th, and Drew Robinson 9th for the Carbondale Terriers.
Of course, defensively for the Rams, with the pitcher Landon Thomas today, the left-hander going. You'll see a bit of a different outfield today for Tim Holloway. Loughton left will be Hayden Paninsky getting the start. That shifts Clayton Reeves back in the center field. Jake Pike, always familiar face there in right. Your infield, Sawyer Harrison, Matthew Williams, Trevor Flota, and Colton Nutter from third to first, while your catcher, of course, is Colin Young. Getting another start behind the dish today for the Rams. And, of course, for the Terriers, you'll see John Nance, Will Nadolski, and Mitch Lauder here in the first inning. Trying to see if they can strike first. Rams at 1-2-3 in the top half, and, of course, presented by Community First Bank. Your community, your choice, your bank. The 5 locations with friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC as the first pitch to Nance is going to be taken for a strike and 0-1 as Landon Thomas looks to continue his solid pitching performances in 2013. No balls, the strike. Here comes the pitch on the way to a golf swing, but it's going to be right into the mid-off of the ground. Williams will fire to first in time at 6-3 your first out.
And that needs to keep it down. The friendlier confines here at Carbondale, only 308 to left, only about 370 to center, and then 308 to right. A lot more friendlier confines for hitters today. And on a warm day, the ball's going to jump a little bit more than what it has in the past.
So Nadolski will stand in with 1 out, nobody on. Bottom half of the first, no score yet. Rams and Carbondale. Pitch on the way from LT. It's going to be fouled back to the backstop, and 0-1 from Nadolski. Get you some scores here in just a moment, as we do have one at least. 0-1, pitch on the way. Ooh, scoots outside a little high. I like the angle from up here. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's the angle of the big leaguers. Yep. High above press box.
Easier to see home runs and whatnot as opposed to being on the ground. 1-1 coming. Ground ball, second base. It'll be Trevor Flota there to get it. Fires over to first. Colton better to the grab. 4-3 is going to be out number 2 with Lauder coming up.
Oh, you got all kinds of action going on here. The JV's playing. Mount Vernon did not score in the bottom of the first, or top of the first. Had a runner thrown out at home plate for at least the girls' varsity softball team.
That'll bring in Mitch Lauder to the catch. Scores today powered by Tony Milk, State Farm Insurance.
Softball, Goreville beat Alvarado 7-2, and in baseball, Goreville beat Alvarado 10-3. Those schools having spring break.
Yeah, I noticed that today, and I'll tell you why. Here comes the first pitch on the way to Lauder, high inside, or high and outside, rather. 1-0. texted a mutual friend of ours, a local track coach, and asked him how he was doing. He said he was playing grass. I said, how are you doing that? He said, we're on spring break. I said, okay.
On his football field?
Something like that as it comes inside. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty for Carbondale in the home half of the first inning. Glad to have you with us, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. Say about more of our sponsors throughout the broadcast. The 2-0 is going to come inside, and that'll quickly emerge to 3-0 to Louder. With the pitcher Weber on deck, should Louder keep the inning alive. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Minivan time at King City Chrysler Center. See for yourself with great incentives at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, as it's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs to Louder.
Well, that's one of those deals as pitchers. You get those quick 2 outs, you kind of let down, and at that point, 4 straight balls.
4 straight balls indeed, and we'll see how that impacts the inning, as that will send Thomas to pitch out of the stretch. See how the left-hander does here with 2 outs and the runner aboard in the home half of the first. No score yet from Carbondale. Great South 7 Conference matchup. New head coach here at Carbondale this year is Chad Perschbacher. His team, of course, is 6-4-1 on the year, 1-1 in the South 7 Conference.
Interesting. The base umpire comes in and talks to Landon Thomas about something. Not a day where you can go to your mouth or blow on your hand on the mound. It's too warm.
No doubt about that.
Not sure what that was about.
Still kind of baffled by it. We await the first pitch to the pitcher, Weber, and he'll take high. 1 ball, no strikes. That's 5 straight balls now, a rarity from Mr. Landon Thomas. LT now a senior, hard to believe. There's definitely miss an arm like that out in the outfield and here on the mound next year, but here comes the pitch on the way. Ground ball to short to Williams. Drops it, picks it up, fires in time, and 6-3 over tie the side. So Carbondale strands a runner here in the first, 3-1, no score. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Tax time means savings time. Use that tax refund at Second Chance Auto to purchase the best quality used vehicle around. In fact, in their 32-year history, the selection has never been better at Second Chance Auto. Clean, dependable, and great-looking cars, trucks, minivans, and a huge selection of small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Yes, your tax refund is your ticket to the vehicle you've always wanted. At Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And welcome you back to Rams Baseball. We head to the top of the second inning. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. It'll be Metter. Florida has hiked to up for Tim Holloway's Rams. 10-4 on the year, trying to keep that South 7 streak on the line. Have not lost in conference play since on the road at Althoff in April of 2011. They've won 30 of their last 31 conference games, actually 31 of their last 32. Trying to keep that at bay here. No scores. We head to the top of the second. Colton Metter will get it started. Great day for high school baseball. Can't get over the weather. About time.
Well, it'll happen for a couple of days, and the rain's going to come in, and a cold spell next weekend, and one more blast.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, rain next
poor
week.
Richard's not been too kind.
Not looking good.
Or his mom nature.
Forecasters.
So we're about to get started here in the second. Tim Holloway will emerge from the dugout, take his spot at third base box. As Metter will lead it off. Here comes the first pitch from Weber. It's going to be in the dirt outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Colton. Of course, Rams Baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Welcome back to the strike across the plate. Swung and a miss by Metter, and it's 1-1.
Intrigued with Mr. Weber so far. Got some good late movement. Has a nice off-speed pitch as well.
Lines and fires. Ground ball, third base side. Felfer will pick it up, fire across the diamond in time, and 5-3 will be the first out of the inning, as it was in the first. That'll bring up Trevor Flota. Flota, of course, pitched 3 innings yesterday. Good enough to pick up the win against West Frankfort 11-1. We saw Tyler Morgan finish it out. He didn't allow an earned run. A run was charged to him, I believe, in the 4th inning, but a great pitching effort by committee for the Rams yesterday. They approved it 10-4, looking to make it 11-4 today. Flota's first pitch is going to be high, and it's 1-0. We had some scores earlier, courtesy of Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. Find Tony in his office or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town, or better yet, log on to TonyWilt.com and get to a better state with State Farm. As the 1-0 will be fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike to Florida. Second inning, no score in the top half, 1 out, nobody aboard. Rams have scored first in each of the past few games. Of course, we appreciate the hospitality of Carbondale Community High School, especially Mr. Richard Moss, who is departing the booth behind us. Always good to see him, as the 1-1 will be lined in the left, and that's going to be a base hit for Trevor Flota.
Been seeing the ball very well at the plate lately. Some good at-bats. Another guy coming up that's been hot, Jake Pike. Like to see something, get something going with these two.
The bat for the Rams, number 3, Jake Pike. And keeping you up to date on the games going on around us. JV baseball, varsity softball, and now in front of us, the game we have for you right here on WMIX. Rams baseball, no score in the second, 1 on and 1 out as Pike's going to lift 1 foul behind him. Nothing to 1.
Now, the whole thing with Weber, he looks to me a ground ball pitcher. If you start seeing pitches get up, then you start seeing problems for Carbondale. I know people
all kinds of dignitaries down below.
I play golf with that guy.
I had a feeling, because I didn't recognize him, but that told me golf.
Yeah.
No balls and a strike to Pike with a runner on first base, 1 out south the second. No score yet. Here it comes. Ooh. Oh, fastball swung and a miss. It's 0-2. He is crafty.
Yeah.
This is Joey Weber.
This is one of those kind you let, as hitter, you'd rather see somebody come out throw 90, 95. It's those off-speed junk-throwing pitchers that'll give most people fits.
0-2 is quickly to count to Pike. They're going to check on the runner, Flota, at first to get too close. Back safely.
Flota had ideas of leaving that bag.
They had delusions of grandeur right
there. He had to get back late. Let's see, where'd our friend park today?
Our friend is way out there. You won't even recognize him because he's in a different vehicle today, one that you haven't seen.
Oh, is that right?
That is right. WMIX Sports and Mobile Studios are driven by King City Chrysler Center. 0-2. It's foul tipped by Pike to stay alive. Minivan time at King City Chrysler. Great deals on Dodge Grand Caravans and Chrysler Town & Countries. You have to see the incentives. Log on to KingCityChrysler.com to browse the inventory or see one of their associates at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Front row, third from our right. That parking lot beyond the left field fence. 0-2. It's going to be fouled off again. Nope, it got away. Pike's going to run down the first base. Thought it was a foul ball. Did not make contact. So that'll be a strikeout, but Pike takes his way on the pass ball.
Yeah, didn't make the connection. Pike being called back.
So it was a foul ball.
Oh, I guess it was not a foul ball. They're saying it was a swing and a miss. Therefore, first base occupied. Pike has to come back to the dugout. A mechanic of simplicity would be nice to have.
Yes. Baffling all around. Because none of the ways that we were describing that to you were actually making sense. But Flota does take second base. It's a runner in scoring position for the Rams here on the pass ball. 2 outs still in the second. Clayton Reeves has an RBI chance, and he will swing an offer on the first pitch. Ground ball to short. Nadolski picks it up, fires across. The Rams will strand the runner in the second. We are through 1.5. Still no score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Spring is here, and just about everyone wants to be more mobile. Stop by TMS Mobility, a division of the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, for all your mobility product needs. They carry a large selection of scooters, wheelchairs, and so much more. Best of all, you can rent them by the day, week, or month. The staff at TMS Mobility can take care of billing your insurance, too. TMS also carries a large selection of vehicle lifts for your scooter. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
TMS Mobility, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we head to the bottom half of the second inning from Carbondale. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back in the Mount Vernon studio. Jordan Kelly, Justin Hoffman, Levi Topher.
Well, I know that because
I know how you know. Good call.
Yeah, I'd have to
you did that. You corrected me last year too because I did the same thing. I remember. Yeah. The right-handed back, Kelly gets it started against the left-handed pitcher, Landon Thomas.
Efficiency will be Landon's game today, and bullpen not very deep today, especially guys pitching a lot of games going on.
Of course, Thomas, after the 0-1, he caught the outside corner, now gets Kelly to swing and miss, and quickly it's 0-2. No score here from Carbondale. We're at the Super Block, Sports Block, Super Block. Either way, confusing me. I always forget. As the next pitch on the way should be a foul tip. Picked up by Colin Young, and that'll be the first out of the strikeout.
Problem there was, it was obvious that Mr. Kelly's body was wanting to go one direction, and Landon Thomas is going to go the other. And usually when you start pulling out front side, you can't hit, and Mr. Kelly goes to the dugout.
And that'll bring up Justin Hoffman here, the center fielder for the Terriers. 1 out, nobody on in the home half of the second. Chases a high fastball. 0-1. Ren Lake College play of the game. We'll have that for you in our post-game show. Ren Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for 1,000 plus. Log on to rlc.edu, see which program is right for you. And the 0-1 swung on, maybe a foul tip in the middle Young. Regardless, it is 0-2 now, as we thought we had some action going on.
Oh, there's a big hit, so we're waiting for some more action.
I have some offense in the softball game.
Here comes Dignitary.
Ooh, the 0-2 will be ripped in the left field. Hayden Podensky over to get it, playing a good angle to keep it at a single. And so it'll be a 1-out single for Justin Hoffman to bring in Levi Coper, the third baseman. Coper.
The softball field has a little rally going in the bottom of the second, as do the Terriers here at the baseball field.
Jim Wheeler's Lady Terriers, or just Terriers, and Lance Bolt's Lady Rams doing battle. Scott Gamber's JV Rams look like they're on top over Carbondale, the JV Diamond. We'll get you some scores here in just a moment. Of course, there's no score yet on the softball Diamond. But it does appear to be imminent. Of course, it'll be Coe for the right-handed bat with a runner on and 1 out at the bottom of the second inning. Still no score from Carbondale if you're just joining us. First pitch on the way. We popped up foul first base side. Colton won't have a play. It'll get out. It's 0-1. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. Or find the scoreboard, archives, and video highlights at WMIXSports.com. 0-1 is the count. 1 on, 1 out here in the Carbondale half of the second. Pitch on the way to Coper. He'll check his swing, but across the inside corner of the plate, it's 0-2. Not a bad pitch that time.
No, that's one of those, it's a pitcher's pitch, because the hitter doesn't want to swing, because all it's going to do is saw his bat off in his hands, if it wasn't a wooden variety.
0-2 count. Thomas will peer over at the runner on first base and fire inside. It's going to miss low. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Coper with Bird on deck for the Terriers. Here in the second inning. Second Chance Auto has your largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced under $10,000 in one location. Right now, you can find out if your credit is approved over the phone. Give them a call, 244-4582. 1-2 pitch is on its way from Thomas. Ground ball. Will it be 2? Williams over to second for 1. Flota taken out. It'll just be 1 on the 6-4.
Well, Mr. Flota found out what happens if you don't get out of the way. You've got to couple options out there at second base. You've either got to come across the bag towards the infield and then make your throw to first, or you got to hit the bag and step backwards and then throw to first. If you stand there like Mr. Flota is, he's going to get taken out. That's just good hard baseball, and that's a second baseman needs to get out of the way.
Well, rightfully so on the takeout. The Coffer aboard first on the 6-4, brings in Dylan Bird, and first pitch to Bird, of course, is going to just miss for ball 1. 1-0 count, 2 gone, a runner aboard here. Bottom of the second inning, still no score between the Rams and the Dogs. Let's see what happens with Thomas. Looks over at the runner on first, but he's going to fire home, and this is going to just miss high. 2-0. Feeling better about waiting for the call. There's some noise over in the softball diamond. The runner just crossed the plate. We'll get you an update from over there in just a moment. Carbondale batting. 2-0 the count here. Carbondale batting over here as well, and they'll check on the Terrier runner, Coper at first base, back in time. The count remains 2 balls, no strikes. 2 number 5, Dylan Bird out in right field. Making his first appearance today against Landon Thomas. The lefty out of the stretch, looks in to his catcher Young for the sign. He'll fire and, blows it past, 2-1. Good pitch. Yeah, he's crafty. I've used that word a lot today, but both pitchers are.
Doing a good job so far mixing some pitches up. Landon's key is not to be up in the zone, because that's when people get good rips at him, as do most pitchers when they do that.
2 on the count. Pitch on the way from Thomas. Got to catch the outside corner. I apologize. I had the wrong count. So that'll be a backwards K to end the inning of Scarphill strands the runner. We are through 2, no score. This is now for the baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. And when there are back problems, pain is always a constant companion. The Orthopedic Center also specializes in pain management, so put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today, and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
And we head to the top of the third inning. No score from Carbondale. Due up for the Rams, Sawyer Harrison, Hayden Vanesky, and Matthew Williams. 8-9-1 for the orange and black. Rams, of course, in their gray pants today with black tops, orange numerics trimmed in white, and orange striped. It starts out thin at the top around the shoulders and then works into be a pretty thick stripe as it gets closer to the belt. Sawyer Harrison, the right-hander, leads off against the right-handed pitcher, Joey Weber, for the Terriers. And that's going to be a first pitch, wild pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes to Harrison. As we do have a score update from across the way, Lady Rams trail Carbondale as we're headed to the top of the third over there, 1-0. JV baseball, looks like the Rams have a 5-1 lead in the second over to our left. Here comes the pitch on the way. Harrison gets a piece of it. Fouls it off, 1 ball, 1 strike. With Peninsky to follow here in the third. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. So the bottom of the order needs to start producing for Mount Vernon. Been sporadic at times. See what Harrison can do to get it started. He'll take a pitch high on 1-1. Becomes 2 balls and a strike to Harrison. That's a pretty good bat. Rams have no runs on 1 hit. They did strand a runner back in the second. They went 1, 2, 3 in the first. They're just joining us. Here comes the pitch. Harrison's going to fly and drive that foul over the right field side. Probably into the batting cages or concession stand. Or maybe a bit deeper. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harrison. Leading us off in the third inning, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. We're near the top of the 5 o'clock hours. We're about 25 minutes in. Ticket punch. That was a great pitch across the outside. Got belt high, and Harrison's out on strikes.
Harrison tried to lean away from it, and there was nothing to do there. It was definitely a strike right down the middle, in fact.
Pretty good effort today from Joey Weber. 3 strikeouts on the day. Allowing only 1 hit with no walks. It's not a bad whip thus far for Mr. Weber out there. The right-hander Peninsky stands in, bases empty, 1 out. Going to have to get down a little bit. That's going to be high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes to Hayden. Williams on deck here for the Rams. It was 8-9-1 to get us started. We'll see Thomas should anybody get aboard. Next pitch on the way to Peninsky. High and above the head again. 2-0. Center fielder, of course, Hoffman playing straight away for the Terriers. Everybody pretty well at normal depth at this point, as P. 2-0 is going to be in the dirt outside, 3-0. That tells you some control.
Well, Weber's problem right now is he's trying to overthrow a little bit, trying to throw harder than what he can when he stays in the fluidity of his mechanics. And that time there is arm motion. Obviously, his release point's varying, and that's why he's down 3-0 to the count here.
So hitter's count for Peninsky. We'll see if he gets the green light or the stop sign, and that looks like it was going to miss up and away. Got away from the catcher, and Peninsky will take first base on the 1-out walk. So just as I brag on Weber about not having walked anybody yet.
Well, the umpire flinched on that one. I think if the catcher caught it, he would have had a strike called, but since he dropped it, the umpire stopped the flinch.
Picked up on that tendency myself. Of course, it's only a tendency if you start to see it multiple times. But be that as it may, we have 1 out and a runner on first base here in the top half of the third inning. Pitch on the way. It's going to be high again. This time it's to Williams, who grounded out to third his last time up, and it's 1 ball, no strike.
You got a guy who hits the contact in the box. You got a guy with some decent wheels at first. It's been an opportunity for a hit and run or a straight steal, something for Tim Holloway, get the people in motion.
As they check on the runner at first base, we'll get you scores throughout the day here on your special presentation of Rams baseball. WMIX, WMIXsports.com, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Here comes the pitch. 1-0 begets 2-0 as that's going to miss high. Familiar faces, different places. Community First Bank continues to expand in Jefferson County. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. 5 Jefferson County branches. Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Member FDIC. Nothing. No score yet. We're here in the top of the third from Carbondale. Rams batting with a runner on first base. 2-0 count on Matthew Williams. Landon Thomas on deck. Tim Holloway is going to give some instruction from the third base coach's box to his senior shortstop. The pitcher Weber out of the stretch. The right-hander gets set. Comes true. Fires home. Going to be low again. Almost in the dirt. 3-0. Now what do you want if you're Joey Weber right now?
Well, he's getting out of his zone a little bit, getting out of the area where he was, and that's the problem is he loses another one.
So 8 consecutive balls results in 2 consecutive bases on balls. And the Rams have runners on first and second now for Landon Thomas, who can really help out his own cause.
Now you get to the top of the order. Again, you get the opening out of the inning, and then you walk the next 2 to roll over to the top of the order. With people on the top of the order coming up, this is the first prime opportunity for Mount Vernon this game this afternoon to score some runs.
Here in the top of the third, Rams and Terriers scoreless. 1 out, 2 aboard for Landon Thomas. Pitch on the way from Weber is going to come inside, gets away low. That's 9 consecutive balls.
Surprise the coach from Carbondale has come out to kind of settle things down, just to make a talk, a visit, kind of cut the momentum that's going against Carbondale right now.
Somewhat of a surprise, and there's a strike right across the plate. And if you're Landon, I don't blame him taking there. You've seen 9 consecutive balls. Kind of maybe take it till you see a strike, and there it is. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 out, top of the third. No score yet between the Rams and the Terriers. Weber briefly looks back at second base, decides to come home with it, inside to Thomas, 2-1. Tomorrow's the day that anything could happen. We hope you're ready. When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship with a plan to meet your goals. Country Financial, what's your idea of financial security? As the 2-1 is going to be sitting to the left. A little bit of a line to it. Up by Thornburg in left, and that'll be 2 outs.
Late swing there by Landon, got in on his hands, and all he could do was drag the barrel through the zone and push it out to left center field for an easy flyout.
Easy fly out indeed, and now with 2 outs, 2 aboard, it's up to Colin Young to turn this into an inning. No score, top of the third inning. Rams on the road at Carbondale today. We're back home tomorrow. As Mount Vernon battles Belleville East. Young offers the first pitch. It's just out of reach outside. It's 0-1.
Now, optimism not as bright in this inning. Mount Vernon still has an opportunity, but boy, it'd be hard not to get a run here.
Yes, it would. Young will foul off the next one on 0-1, and it turns into no balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the third. No score. Thought something was happening. Must have been a big out or a base hit there on the softball diamond. Still 1-0 over there. We'll keep you updated. Carbondale leads right now. Here it's no score as Young will rip 1-0, but right into the glove of the third baseman. Great play by Kofer, and that retires the side here in the top of the third. Through 2.5, no score. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
How do the best continue to get better? Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. We're no different than any team. When you're at the top of your game, the best want to play for you. That's why, with the addition of our new shop foreman and the rest of our body shop crew, Landers now has a combined experience of over 70 years in dealing with the best parts and repair finishes on the market. This means when you walk into Landers, you can breathe a little easier knowing that your vehicle will receive the best quality repair by the best certified technicians within a reasonable amount of time. Again and again, we work directly with most insurance companies and have loaners and rental vehicles on site for your convenience. We're proud to not only be the standard, but to keep raising the bar in collision repair. Come meet the staff, take a tour of our facilities, and get to know the Landers crew that Landers Collision has so proudly acquired. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Rams Baseball. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. For the Terriers, it will be 9-1-2. Drew Robinson, John Nash, Will Nadolski. For Carbondale, we are scoreless here in the bottom half of the third inning. Landon Thomas has pitched pretty effectively for the Orange and Black. Let's see what the first pitch of the inning yields. And it's going to be a strike swung on a miss by the second baseman, Robinson.
As you mentioned off break, on the break, it's a beautiful day for baseball, home improvement, or just about anything you want to do today. It's amazing today.
It is absolutely phenomenally gorgeous as we throw in a couple of adjectives on top of adjectives. Easier for me to say. Adjectives the first time worked pretty well. Adjectives the second time, not so much. Nothing to 1 on the count. Leading us off, of course, is Robinson, the second baseman. Here comes the pitch on the way from Thomas. Comebacker going to hit the bump. Good play by Williams in front of the second base bag to cut it off. He'll fire to first. 6-3 is your first out. Landon was leaning too far to his right after releasing the pitch. Able to get a glove on that. Still managed. Harrisburg leads Heron 1-0 at the end of 3 in baseball. Nothing to 1, of course, is the count. Nance will step in. Actually, 1 out. Got distracted, I apologize. Now it's 0-1. Swan missed the high fastball. Just past the top of the 5 o'clock hour on WMIX Mount Vernon. 0-1 coming. It's going to miss inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nance. With nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Still scoreless from Carbondale, believe it or not. Bats have been pretty quiet today. Pitching's been effective, and here comes the next one. 2-1, I believe, now on the batter, Nance. So Thomas gets set out of the lineup. Here comes the crafty lefty. Ooh, it's going to be a strike high. A little bit of a delayed call. It's 2-2. Pulled the umpire, Tad. They have pulled all of us, except for those of us up here. 1 out, base is empty. Bottom 3rd, no score. Ooh, just misses outside of the 2-2. Is in over the chalk. Now it's a full count here to Nance. Nadolski on deck. Nance, meanwhile, grounded out to short to lead off the bottom half of the 1st. Looking for his first base of the day, and he'll swing and miss on the full count. Strikeout. Pitch away. Couldn't do anything with it. That's 3 on the day now for Landon Thomas. Kind of stepping up here, being a solid 3 or 4, obviously, with Fulkerson and Ellis. And then Flota and Thomas. That's a nice little foursome Mount Vernon's building as the season moves along. 2 out, space is empty for Nadolski, who ground out to second his last time up. It'll be a first pitch in the dirt. It's 1-0. Steve Nadolski. Rams Baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland with 5 Garrison County branches, a responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank. I'd like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Looked like a good pitch, but it just missed somewhere, and it's 2-0. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd, no score from Carbondale. Glad to have you with us on WMIX. Next one's going to miss high and quickly. It's 3-0, a hitter's count. Same deal. Quick 2 outs and a let-up. Can't do that. 3rd out's the toughest one of every inning to get. And now the 3-0 is going to be get 3-1, as that's the obligatory call. 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs and nobody on for the shortstop, Bill Nadolski. Louder, the catcher, is on deck here in the 3rd. Pitch on the way from Thomas. Ooh, that's going to be a line drive right side of the infield. It'll screw through. Pike will pick it up and limit it to a single. Fastball, high and away. Just took that back, knocked it out into right field. And that'll bring up Mitch Louder, the catcher, with a runner on first. Just a second base hit allowed today by Landon Thomas. The Louder, the left, he'll stand in. He actually walked back in the 1st, but was later stranded as it was a 2-out walk. Pitcher Weber then grounded out to short to end the threat. So we'll see what happens here. Pardon me, a right-hander. I don't know why I thought he was left-handed. Batted right-handed last time. 2 outs and a runner on 3rd inning. No score from Carbondale. The Rams and the Terriers in South 7 Conference play as the pitch is going to come inside. 1-0 Louder.
Very similar innings for Weber and Thomas. Quick 2 outs and a struggle. Right now Landon's in a struggle amongst himself here.
Bit of a funk. Trying to work his way out. Check on the throw to first base. Off the back foot even. Rams Booster is All Stars and Stitches. Is one of our many sponsors we appreciate here on WMIX. You can put a logo on it. All Stars and Stitches can probably print it for you. Give Big Dave a call at 435-5555. As the 1-0 pitch to be fouled straight back behind us to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. They're already in the 4th on the softball diamond. Lady Rams trailing 2-0. Get some more scores here in just a moment. Work on that. You can follow us on Twitter to stay up to date, inside and out of the game. As this is going to be a comebacker, but it's going to be a floater to the shortstop, Matthew Williams. Great play behind the second base bag. Retires aside here in the 3rd. Through 3, it's no score. We'll come back with more scores after this. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler today. Of course, great incentives right now on Grand Caravans and Chrysler Town and Countries at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. We had, believe it or not, the top of the 4th inning, and you're not going to believe this, no score between the Rams and Carbondale. Great pitching duel thus far between 2 crafty pitchers, one the right-hander Weber and 2 the left-hander Thomas. It's been a good baseball game so far. It's the kind of games you like to see. God, we don't mind taking it.
Oh, no. It's
Beautiful day.
All right. I mean, this is what you want to see, and now the Rams heading through the order for their second time. Time to get some better swings.
Beautiful day in Jackson County, the home of Southern Illinois University. The first pitch on the way to Metter is going to fall low and away here to start the 4th.
Home of the new girls basketball coach.
Hey, you let me to it. Yeah. You betcha. Not the one we had kept hearing, but we knew that wasn't going to happen. We wait the 1-0. Pitch from Weber on the way is going to come inside but catches the corner as Metter was over the plate, 1-1. No runs yet for either team. No score here in the top of the 4th. Very atypical for a South 7 Conference matchup. We wait the 1-1 coming, and it's going to miss low and away. 2 balls and a strike now to Metter with Flota and Pike to follow. Red Lake College Player of the Game will come your way in our post-game show. Save thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to find out how. Find out how that's going to be a ground ball to the left side of the infield. Somehow it found its way. A CI single for Colton Metter.
Nice little play. This little 2-hopper through the left side of the infield. And I think the third baseman was there and thought he had a decent play at it. That second hop kind of took a different angle on him away from his glove. I think the third baseman thought he was really going to have it and flailed at it. It turns out to be a hit.
That brings up T. Flo. He's 1 for 1 today. Flota reached second on a pass ball after a single. He's been seeing the ball well. Saw the ball well to miss there. Unfortunately, it's a strike across the inside corner. It's nothing at one.
A little wrinkle there that time.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. 1 on and nobody out. Top of the 4th, Rams and Carbondale are scoreless. Goose eggs in the run column for both teams. As Flota just gets a piece of it, taps foul, falls behind 0-2 now. Any score updates?
Well, I could give you a few. The Lady Rams are down 2-0 heading to the bottom of the 4th across the way. And then we'll let this fire up. Carterville leads DuQuoin in softball 3-1 after 2 innings.
That's a good matchup.
Yes, it is. Effingham over Shelbyville 1-0 in baseball.
Understand Coors is back in the lineup for the Lady Indians. That's big for them.
She may not be quite back to full strength yet.
Had a good 2-4 outing, I believe, yesterday against Johnson City. We know softball. Listen to us on Saturday mornings. You'll hear us talk about it on the Saturday Sports Show at WMIX and WMIXSports.com. 1-2 is the count. Nobody out, 1 on. Pitch comes inside. Ooh, and that's going to ring up Flota. He's not happy. Don't blame him.
It was a strike. Nice little wrinkle on it, and it stood right there, and he actually gave up on it. And that pitch was there to hit on the inside corner.
Nothing more frustrating than having a pitch that you can turn on and not taking advantage. So I don't blame his frustration there. 1 out, a runner on first. He'll check on the aforementioned Colton Metter, who led off the inning with a single. Of course, we need to tell you, Tony Wiltz brings you our scoreboard updates. Tony Wiltz, State Farm Insurance, who would love to handle all of your insurance needs. Find him in his office. Look online at TonyWilt.com or find the white State Farm Jeep around town. Get you a better save with State Farm. That was a pitch high and away to the left-handed Jake Pike. He struck out last time. That was back in the second. We are still scoreless here in the 4th, however. Rams and Terriers. Next conference game will actually be next Thursday as the Mount Vernon Rams will welcome the Cahokia Comanches, a team that continue to get better. A team that continues to get better. How about that?
Ah, I got you. Almost like we was. Something along those lines. Pike's going to rip one into right field, but right into the middle of the right fielder. Bird makes a fantastic play on the line drive, and that'll be 2-1. Bird made a great play, and if they had a kangaroo court, and Terriers may have it, he was running in like there were 3 outs. So he will get some lip and grief from his teammates, I'm sure, when he gets in there, because he came trotting in like there were 3 outs. That'll bring in Clayton Reeves with a runner on. 2 outs in the 4th, no score, the Rams and the Terriers. And they'll probably let them know about it in the dugout. Ooh, that's going to be a wild pitch. Better doesn't see it, picks it up now. He'll take second base on the wild pitch. At least he didn't go Milton Bradley and throw it in the stands. Of course, there's nobody out there. If there was in left field, he'd have some people to throw it to. But right field is just cars. So 1 ball, no strikes. Clayton Reeves, the center fielder today, in place of Landon Thomas pitching. 2 outs here in the 4th, still no score. That in itself is still mind-blowing at this point as the pitcher Weber looks back at second. It's that breaking pitch on the inside corner. That's a wiggle. Someone's going to have to hit that pitch. They're going to have to hit that wrinkle and expect it. Instead of sitting there trying to guess, you're going to have to adjust and get those hands out and either go middle out or middle outside to right field. Clayton grounded out to short his last time. 1-1 pitch on the way. Goes after it that time. Same pitch, same location. Swings and misses. 1-2. 4 strikeouts today for Mr. Weber. Not Thomas Weber, the Vernon Rams, but Joe. He goes by Joey Weber, the Terriers. Spelled the same way, though. 1B, not 2. Hey, what, this extension cord, I can almost go shopping at the mall. Then come back. Like that, do you? That's a long one. Not quite the spongy, stretchy kind, but no, still goes a ways, gives you some nice range. I can check out the mall here for a second. There are a lot of things from this nice complex they have here in Carbondale. I'm just shocked there's nothing going on in soccer field. There's always something going on over there. Every time I've been here. 1-2, it's going to be a ground ball to short. It's like a magnet over there. Picked up, Vinadolski fires over. Wow. Whoa, in time. It's 6-3 overtime. The side here in the 4th through 3.5. No score. This is Ranch Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Spring is here, and just about everyone wants to be more mobile. Stop by TMS Mobility, a division of the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, for all your mobility product needs. They carry a large selection of scooters, wheelchairs, and so much more. Best of all, you can rent them by the day, week, or month. The staff at TMS Mobility can take care of billing your insurance, too. TMS also carries a large selection of vehicle lifts for your scooter. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We service a 60-mile radius area, so a pretty wide area. We service orders from several area hospitals, and we have the staff in place that really sets us apart. We have 3 respiratory therapists and 2 seating specialists to help with seating on wheelchair and power chair needs. And we just feel that we have the staff and the warehousing and the facilities in place to really set us apart from any of our competitors in the area.
TMS Mobility, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Bottom half of the 4th inning from Carbondale. The Terriers and Rams are scoreless. We'll see the pitcher Weber, the first baseman Kelly, and the center fielder Hoffman, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Bria or Debbie Ashby in Mount Vernon for personal banking and find out why Community First Bank welcomes you back to personal banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. The official voice of the Rams, no less. Landon Thomas comes back out for another inning of work here in the 4th, and out of the windup, the left field fired across the outside corner to the right-handed Weber. And it's 0-1. Weber grounded out to short his last time to end the 1st. Now it's going to be just outside the opposite batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike to Weber. We're between an inch softball time. Here's music. In the 4. Still 2-0 Carbondale. Pitch on the way. Ooh, outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Weber. Kelly on deck. Struck out his last time. Hoffman singled back at the 2nd. Now as Thomas gets set on the 2-1. Ooh, line foul. I think it was into one of the cheeses.
The game over with yet from last night?
I stayed up and watched the entire thing.
I know this.
You saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. I was too busy watching the Kentucky All-Star, the McDonald's All-Star game.
2-2 count, and that's going to get outside. It's full count. Full count to the pitcher Weber. Leads us off the 4th. Bottom half, Carbondale, Mount Vernon scoreless. Pitch on the way from Thomas is going to be in the dirt.
leadoff walk, it never leads to good things. Usually percentages go up when the batter gets on with a walk to lead off an inning.
25, George Ellis.
Courtesy runner now first, the number 4, Michael Glob. Actually, pinch runner in that case. Did you mess up or I messed up? Oh, I messed up. My goodness. Boy, I messed up your book already today. Didn't need to do it again. I was in a hurry. I apologize. I got here late. For me. Me too. One on nobody on the 4th. Here comes Kelly. Smacks that one up the middle. And Carbondale's put together back-to-back runners on board after the walk and the base hit. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Terriers look to strike first. And that's 4 innings, however. No second chance auto, one of our mini Rams sponsors. We appreciate them supporting Rams Athletics on the radio for so many years. Get your credit approved over the phone at Second Chance without even leaving home. You can just pick up the phone and dial 244-4582. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, the largest selection in one location. The Second Chance Auto Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. They're going to have a conference there on the hill. Tim Holloway comes out to talk to the crew. It's Breaking the Actions, powered by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop, of course, encourage you to stop by the locally owned Medicine Shop Pharmacy, where customer service is their top priority. Belleville West leads Alton 4-1 in the 3rd in baseball. Belleville West and Belleville East will play at Busch Stadium in a few weeks. That's a good one. Well-attended game. That's a good gig for them. There'll be a lot of tickets sold now. No doubt. The battle of Township District 201, as Thomas is going to throw that away, try to check on the runner. Reeves has some trouble in the outfield. And it'll be runners at the corners now as the runner will advance on the air. That wasn't a very good toss. That was one of those that just got away from Landon on the spin, and it was not pretty when it ended. And now it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out. That doesn't bode very well at all. No. Score updates are presented by Tony Wills, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony in his office. Find him online at TonyWills.com. Or look for the infamous white State Farm Jeep around town. Get to a better state with State Farm. Well, this is Hoffman, the center fielder, number 31. Runners to the corners, nobody out in the 4th. Rams have won 31 of their last 32 conference games. This will be a fly ball in the center. We'll see if they test Reeves. The runner is going to tag. Here comes the throw. It'll be cut off by Metter. And that will keep it at... The runner's to the corners. Oh, the runner's out. Throw a sack fly to center. We'll get the RBI. Lost my mind for a second. Well, I wondered. I thought, hey, where'd that other runner go? Yeah. Which game are you watching? That'll bring up Cofer. Rounded out to short his last time up. It was actually a 6-4 fielder's choice. And with a runner on first and one out, Carbondale strikes first with a 1-0 lead on the sack fly RBI by Justin Hoffman. See what Cofer's able to do. The umpire will dust off home plate. Leadoff walk. Again, as I said, the percentages go up for that run to score and leadoff walk, and it did there. Now Mount Vernon's going to have to come from behind on the road if they want to win this one. Easier said than done at times. Rams bats are going to have to come alive in this one. Try to find a way to get to Weber. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be swung on and sent foul. Quickly, there's 0-1 to Levi Cofer. He worked the count, I believe, to a 1-2 his last time before grounding out for the second out. Back in the second inning. We're here in the 4th, 1-0 Carbondale on top. Runner on first base. Here comes the offer home, and that is going to miss low. Counts even 1-1. The First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. Your community, your choice, your bank with 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, and it's a simple single in the left field. Picked up by Peninsky, and so we'll have more offense for the Terriers in the 4th. They lead 1-0 with 1 out and 2 aboard. Ball was out on the end of the barrel. Big swing. Peninsky got a late break. I think he thought with the big swing the ball would travel farther. It did not because it was off the end of the bat, past the trademark. Ended up to be a little single, and Carbondale's still in good shape. First and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. So with 1 gone and the runner on first, a runner on second, 2 aboard for the Terriers. So they look to keep this inning going. We'll have some action from the Ram bullpen as Thomas Weber, as we were talking about a moment ago, will go out to warm up. Well, he'll be caught by his fellow catcher, Tyler Morgan. Well, the Rams, meanwhile, pretty versatile behind the plate as 2 of the 3 catchers you'll see pitch once in a while. Thomas Weber's done a phenomenal job in relief thus far this year. Tyler Morgan did a good job in relief yesterday, but had a good start
Saturday against East Peoria. Unfortunately, the Rams couldn't hang on to the win after he left the ball game. 1 out, 2 aboard for Carbondale. Here comes the pitch to Dylan Bird. He'll take it for ball, 1-0. 1-0 Terriers. You're in the bottom of the 4th inning. A few base hits in the inning. A leadoff walk has come back to haunt the Rams. Pitch on the way to Bird. Swung on a miss. Good fastball powered by. 1-1. Glad to have you with us on WMIX. About 20 minutes past the 5 o'clock hour here from Carbondale. We're in the 4th. Rams trail the Terriers 1-0. Thomas, the lefty, looks in. Looking for the sign. We'll get it from the catcher, Young. He'll come set, look back at the runner on second base, and we'll fire home. Swung on a miss, and it's going to become 1 ball and 2 strikes now, and a good pitch past Bird.
Bird's kind of confused here. He felt like he had a pitch to go after there, and looked like Landon pulled the string on a little bit.
Thomas looks in, trying to get the Rams out of the inning, trying to limit the damage. 1-0 Carbondale. We are here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 on and 1 out as the 1-2 scoots just a little outside. It's a 2-2 count here for Bird. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 1 out here in the 4th. Thomas trying to limit the damage. Looks back at the runner on second. He'll come home with it on 2-2, and that's going to be fouled off. Staying alive and defending the plate is Bird. I believe they're headed to the bottom, the bottom of the 5th over there on the softball diamond. Still 2-0 Carbondale. Interesting. Looks like JV baseball. It's 7-2 Rams in the 3rd. That game's taken a while. Rams put some runs across the plate, though. Here comes the 2-2. Swung and a miss. In the dirt, the first base occupied young man. That's 2 away.
Nice pitch by Thomas. Nice comeback there. Little off-speed pitch, low and away in the zone. There was nothing the Bird could do but flail at it. Now, feel a little bit better if you can limit the damage and get out of here with just 1 run in this inning.
Kidding. Robinson will come in. Grounded out to short his last time. Carbondale leads at 1-0 here in the 4th. Rams trying to get out of the inning. 2 aboard now for the Terriers. Runners on first and second. Pitch on the way. Just misses high. It's up there, 1-0. Back on the air tomorrow. Rams baseball at home against Belleville East. It's a busy week next week, as always. We get this Saturday off. Not the case next Saturday. 1-0 the count. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch on the way, and this is going to be a pop fly. We'll get the Rams out of the inning. It's in foul territory. Metter calls everybody off. He was the only one in the vicinity. So that'll do it for the Terriers. They managed to score a run here in the 4th. 1-0 Carbondale. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Tax time means savings time. Use that tax refund at Second Chance Auto to purchase the best quality used vehicle around. In fact, in their 32-year history, the selection has never been better at Second Chance Auto. Clean, dependable, and great-looking cars, trucks, minivans, and a huge selection of small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Yes, your tax refund is your ticket to the vehicle you've always wanted. At Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We head to the top of the 5th, 1-0, Rams trailing Carbondale. It'll be Sawyer Harrison, Hayden Penensky, and Matthew Williams as we head to the 5th. Rams trailing 1-0. Lady Rams struggling as well. They trail 2-0 in the bottom half of the 5th inning across the way. So it'll be Penensky to start. Weber comes back out for another inning. He's pitched very well today, keeping the Rams offense pretty quiet. He'll throw a first pitch by Sawyer Harrison, 0-1.
The Rams right now only with 2 hits. Haven't had much going on.
With 0 balls and a strike. See what happens with Harrison this time on the pitch. He'll get a piece of it, send it to his counterpart at third base. Coper picks it up, fires across, and 5-3 will be your first out.
Well, it's not one of those things. Like I said, Weber's one of those pitchers that doesn't throw very hard. Sometimes that can throw a team off.
0-1 is the count as Peninsky will stand in. 1 out, nobody aboard, top of the 5th. 1-0 Terriers. Here comes the pitch on the way. Peninsky trying to run his way on for a base hit. Fouls it off first base side, and 0-1.
Been a pretty nice effort so far. Weber only 59 pitches through 4 innings.
Things have moved along rather briskly. We got started about 4:28. We're less than an hour in, about 57 minutes. 0-1 comes inside, right across the plate. No balls and 2 strikes here to Peninsky. Of course, we'll tell you, your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations with friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. 0-2 is the count. In the dirt now, just outside. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peninsky trying to keep the inning going. No, there's just 1 out. The bases are empty, and the Rams just cannot seem to solve the riddle that has been Joey Weber here this afternoon. 1-2 in round. Going to be, just past the diving. Robinson at second base. That's going to be a 1-out base hit for Hayden Peninsky just in the nick of time.
That's only the 3rd hit, but boy, it's nice to get him on. Try it again. Had this Mount Vernon did in the 3rd inning with Peninsky getting on after an out. Try it again here at the top of the order.
That brings up Williams for a 3rd time today. He's 0-1. He walked his last time back in the 3rd. The Rams have a chance here. They trail 1-0. They need to get that run back when they can. Weber out of the stretch now. Has had to throw out of the stretch many times today. Only 3 base hits thus far for the Rams. They have walked a couple of times, but other than that, just not much going for the Rams offensively here in this ball game. Now Williams will put it in play. Could be trouble. Robinson over to second. Won't get any. You saw the double play before he has control.
Yeah, and you watch what happens now. This is one of those plays where Carbondale's doing so well right now. Things going well. And you can see that was a tailor-made double play. That Robinson was looking to throw the ball before the ball got to his mitt, bopped it, and now it's 1st and 2nd and 1 out. 1 update score at the end of 4. Pinckneyville 3, Nashville 1 in high school softball.
Wow. Dandy. Pinckneyville always tough, a nice program there. You're defending 2A state champs Nashville. As the first pitch to Thomas is 0-1. Could really help out his own cause here. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 5th, a 1-0 Carbondale lead. Pitch on the way. Thomas is going to swing at that, send it through the right side of the infield for a base hit. Tying run is going to be waved in. Here comes Peninsky. There will be a throw in. Peninsky's going to be safe at the plate. They could have a play at second as Thomas is going to try to get a run down and get the run across. They're going to have to do something. Williams is going to get stopped at 3rd, and Thomas could be out between 1st and 2nd. The Rams are unable to get that done, playing cautiously at 3rd base, but as a result, you still get the sign run across.
It's a single and an RBI is what happens, but it is the 2nd out of the inning, and no run scores. Or 1 run scores.
1-1 ball game here in the 5th. An RBI chance for Colin Young with 2 outs, the runner on 3rd base. It's great base running by Matthew Williams. It's unfortunate for LT, but sometimes those things happen. But the important thing is able to get the game tied. Top of the 5th, 1-1 ball game here at Carbondale. Colin Young with a 1-0 count stands back in. Pitch on the way. He'll take. That just misses low and away. 2-0 count to Colin. Scoreboard updates each and every day presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, you can find Tony in his office. Log on to TonyWilt.com or look for that ever-impressive new white State Farm Jeep around town. Get to a better state with your State Farm agent in the King City, Tony Wilt. 2 on the count here on Young. Runner on 3rd, 2 outs in the 5th, tied at 1 on the road at Carbondale. Pitch on the way, that's going to jam him. 3rd base side, the run will come home. The catch is made in the grass by the 3rd baseman, Kofer, and we head to the bottom half of the 5th, tied at 1. This is Ranch Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
I'm Jason Lord with a look at your next round weather. We do see a mix of clouds and sun for this afternoon. There will be a little rain to the south, high of 57. Clear skies and a chilly night tonight. Low of 32 in the countryside, 36 in town. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, high of 62. Low of 41 on Friday night. Saturday will be sunny, breezy, and warm, high of 70 as we start the weekend. Turning cloudy as we see a shower on Sunday, the high again near 70. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. As we head to the bottom half of the fifth, we are tied at 1 from Carbondale. 2 up for the Terriers. It will be Nance, Nadolski, and Louder, the top of the order for Carbondale. We are tied at 1. Terriers, of course, pushed a run across the plate in the bottom of the fourth inning. Rams come back and get it here in the fifth. At the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. A little warmer than what we're used to. It feels like it's getting warmer. As the first pitch will be fouled off by Nance over the first base dugout. 0-1. Talking about golf and warmth, it's all about etiquette. That it is. Don't walk in front. Don't change. Got into 5. Softball game continues over yonder, over our right shoulder. 0-1 the count here as Nance gets a start of the DH batting for the left fielder. And this will be put into play, but a great play on the run by Pike. Reached out with the right hand to make the grab as you approach the foul line, and that'll be your first down. Not bad. We'll take that.
Right. That's a good little play. Pike had to run a long way to try to get there.
And he is apparently okay. Good music selection over there on the softball diamond. 1 gone, nobody aboard here in the bottom of the fifth, tied at 1. Nadolski will stand in. The right-hander is 1 for 2. Here comes the first pitch across the plate, 0-1. Well, great location that time from Landon Thomas. Of course, the Rams surrendered that run in the fourth, came right back to get one in the top half of this inning to tie it up. Thomas will fire again, quickly check swing. Looks like he went from my vantage point. He did, and it's going to be 0-2. Good try by Nadolski to hold up, but just went a little too far around on the high fastball.
Pinckneyville leads Nashville in baseball 4-3 at the end of the
Wow. 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that is going to be Thomas's 5th strikeout today. 2 outs for Mitch Louder. And, we talked to Coach Engelhard on Saturday Sports Show a couple weeks ago, I think it was. And when the Rams saw them, that 15-2 victory, that was Pinckneyville's first game of the season. That's going to be a team that as they get it figured out over the course of the year, and apparently having done so somewhat today thus far, they're going to be a formidable foe for many. So with 2 outs, Louder will stand in. He's 0 for 1. He walked, and then he lined out to short as last time.
A shout-out to our friends from Benton.
Well, you might as well name drop.
Mr. and Mrs. Weinmiller.
Nice.
Tuning in on their ventures this week.
You never know.
No.
As the 0-1's going to come inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away here with the bases empty in the fifth. Probably surprised at what they're listening to. 1-1 ball game. Here it comes. Bobbed in the center.
Whitney gave me the biggest compliment, so I have to give her an extra shout-out.
Well, she keeps them in line, and that's what's important. Reeves will make the grab, and we head to the top of the 6th through 5, tied at 1. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
And we'll get back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Joe David Cummins, Joanne Joy, or Terry Prosize for a commercial loan at ComFirst. Find out more at ComFirstBank.net. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. ComFirst, of course, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. We head to the top of the 6th, tied at 1 at Carbondale. Rams will send up 4, 5, and 6. Which last time up, Colton Better led the way with a leadoff single, which later stranded as they went 1, 2, 3 behind them. Weber back out. Ooh, going to throw behind inadvertently, of course, Cole Better, and that'll be 1-0.
Slipped a little bit. Better's had a last good day and 2 at-bats and hit the ball well.
Not too shabby. Next one on the way, and that's going to hit him. No, it did not. Somehow he got out of the way of that. 2-0.
Better's kind of looking out at Kelly like, okay, once, okay, twice, I'm going to take a look at you. Of course, if he gets one in here again, now things are really interesting.
Could get dicey. 2-0 the count. Out of the windup, Joey Weber will offer. Here it comes. Swung on a miss. That'll work. 2-1. Of course, all of that in it.
Oh, and had, like you said, had Metter stepping out a little bit, too, after that. Not that there's anything going on.
2 balls and a strike. Base is empty as Metter gets it started. Top of the 6th. 1-1 ball game here from Carbondale. He'll rip one. Will be on the third baseman. Could be extra bases. Probably not. It'll be a leadoff single for Colt. Second time he's done that today.
That's the biggest payback you could get as a hitter. You got somebody throwing at you or accidentally throwing at you to get a hit.
A little bit of retribution.
And this might be a pinch runner here at first.
While they do that, we will tell you that we appreciate one of our booster sponsors, Sarah Staley of Country Financial. What you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan to meet your goals with your Country Financial representative in Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley. We appreciate her.
Any guess who's pinch running?
I'm going to guess Tyler Ellis.
Hey, there it is.
All right.
Tyler Ellis, man.
Hey, imagine that. Thought maybe he was going to get the start today, but he's had some pain. I don't remember where.
Kind of gimpy.
Not my
business.
business.
Just can't quite get over that hurt.
Lactic acid issue, from what I understand. A little bit of tension. As Trevor Flota will stand in, Ellis, the courtesy runner, with a slight lead off of first. Expands. Flota shows bunt, pulls back. They're going to throw behind the runner, and that almost got away. That's a good grab by Kelly as he neared the foul line to have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing to want to keep low.
Yeah, that was one of those. Ellis was trying to get a little extra lead off of first, and Flota missed the bunt. He had to go scrambling back in there head first.
So Flota digs back into the box, top of the 6th, tied at 1. Go ahead and run on first for the Rams. Flota showed bunt, pulled back, couldn't get it off, but it catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2, and the bunt, you would presume, is taken out of play.
And he's bunting for a sacrifice, at least up to that point, get up in the box, put that bat on play now.
Catch the ball with the bat.
Got it. Well, you got to move up in the box to give your angle a little bit better than that. Now what do we have? We have a ball. Yep. Kelly flinched.
Yes, he did.
Yep. He had the ball behind his back and his above his shoulder, and his legs were moving. Yep.
So the go-ahead run.
A rather particular balk that time. I mean, at this level and this kind of ball game, that's one of those you kind of went, really? I saw him move around, but it really wasn't a balk per se to try to deceive the runner.
0-2 is your count. Runner on second base for the Rams. Flota will swing away and rip that foul. Tim Holloway, no problem there. He'll pick it up. It remains 0-2. Top 6, tied at 1. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We'll look for a Rimley College player of the game in your postgame show. Rimley College can save you thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to see which degree or certificate program is right for you. Runner on second, nobody out. Here comes the pitch to Flota. That's going to be over his head. 1-2.
Inside. Kelly is not following through. When he steps in, he throws, he leaves that arm up, and that pitch is dragging the arm, pushing it out, and that's why it's going high and tight to the right-hand hitters.
Top 6, let's see what happens. A little bit better that time, and that's going to be ripped through the left side of the infield. Ellis will take third. It's going to get past the left fielder. Here comes the go-ahead run home to score. Around second will be Flota. He is going to be waved on to third. Here comes the relay. It will not be in time, and that'll get away as the catcher Louder backs up the play. And the third goes Flota, but the Rams, most importantly, take a 2-1 lead.
Now we'll go single and RBI, as that way Trevor Flota got on. The runner was, actually, I'd give it a single because the error on the outfielder probably just allowed Ellis to score anyway, so no RBI on that, just a hit and an error allowed to run the score. But more importantly, Mount Vernon goes up 2-1.
I agree with that. Another error, and that'll be costly for Carbondale. 2-1 lead here in the 6th for the Rams. RBI threat still with nobody out. Jake Pike will stand in. And we'll see just how much the patience is going to last here with the pitcher Weber. Coach Perschbacher. 2-1 score, top 6. Again, nobody out. Rams threatening. Pike gets a piece of it, rips it just past the glove of Kelly in the right field. Flota comes around to score, and it's 3-1.
Nice. Mount Vernon getting opportunities. First pitch. Good rip. I see Mount Vernon get back in the lead. Battle back here on the road.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, along with you for all the action this season. You're tired of big corporate banking. You have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home. At Dick Sign of Woodlawn to Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. member FDIC. 3-1 ball game if you're just joining us. The Rams scored 1 in the 5th. Have gotten 2 here in the 6th to take that 3-run lead. They surrendered to the initial run back in the 4th to Cedale. Here comes Reese. Bunts it in the air. It's going to drop. Pitcher there to get it. Weber fires over to first to Kelly. There's nobody to cover third. It's going to be a foot race to the back. Monroe's going to get away, and here comes Pike around to score with great base running. It's 4-1.
Can't really describe that.
Wow.
What Pike did, got to second, saw there wasn't going to be anybody at third, took off running. He's in a foot race over there with an infielder. Gets to third. The infielder's trying to cut him off to the bag, and Pike body checked him. Got a little bumping if it's not racing, bumping and grinding. Got to third. Ball falls down. Fielder falls down, and Pike's able to score on the air. The second one on Carbondale in the inning.
It was more amazed. It went straight down the middle on the bunt attempt back to the pitcher. The first baseman covered. I believe it was him, if I'm not mistaken, that made the throwing error. And now it's a ground ball as Harrison will step in, and that will be your, should just be your second out. 6-3. Second out. Carbondale was all ready to come off the field. So Hayden Benitsky will stand in. He's 1-1 today with a run scored back in the 5th. That was a tying run, but now the Rams lead at 4-1. Here in the top of the 6th, things seem to be going the way of the Rams here. As Benitsky will stand in with the bases empty. 2 outs. Whoever gets set out of the lineup comes inside. That's a great pitch across the inside corner. That's 0-1. Follow us on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook. We do the social media. Find easy access at WMIXsports.com. The 0-1 going to be fouled off. Trying to jam him inside. 0-2.
Did a good job of jamming. Try to beat Glenwood today. Chatham Glenwood.
Wow.
Nothing.
Take that. That was a super sectional matchup last year, wasn't it?
Nashville now leads Pinckneyville baseball top of 5-8-3.
Interesting.
Take long for the Hornets to wake up.
0-2. It's going to be fouled off toward the batting cage. It's across the way. It's 7-0 Carbondale on the softball side. As the Lady Rams are trying to avoid the falling 0-2 in the South 7. 4-1 your score here in the South 6-0. That scoreboard update from Tony Wilkes State Farm Insurance. We'll tell you a little bit more about Tony a little later. As the 0-2 will be swung on and missed. Dropped by the catcher. The tag applied. Good job by Louder as we head to the bottom half. Through 5.5. It's the Rams 4, Carbondale 1. This is Malford and Baseball from WMIX Sports.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, Jerry Newman. Does State Farm offer more discounts to more drivers?
Yep, like the good driver discount.
So it's for good, but not great drivers?
No, Jerry. There's also the multi-line discount.
For calling from multiple lines while driving?
You should never use a phone while driving.
I only make calls from my car when I'm stuck in a ditch or something.
Are you in a ditch?
Yes, I am.
State Farm offers more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. Get to a better state.
One more reason to call State Farm agent Tony Wilton Mount Vernon at 242-1421.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conrarty to their medical staff. Dr. Conrarty specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conrarty will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conrarty, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
Back to Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to Rams baseball. We had the home half of the 6th inning. Carbondale trailing 4-1 after surrendering 3 runs to the Rams in the top half. They'll see if they can get them back. It'll be the pitcher Weber, Kelly the first baseman, Hoffman the center fielder here in the 6th. 4-5 and 6-2 up for the Terriers. South 7 Conference showdown today. The Rams are 2-0. The Terriers are 1-1. Fourth conference matchup for both teams.
Simple error. They made too many errors, and that is an issue.
2 errors in the inning, and 3 runs across the plate. 4-1 score. Here comes the first pitch from Thomas Hideaway to the right-handed Weber, 1-0. Of course, Weber walked and later came around to score, I should say, in the 4th. Difference at that point, and now a strike across the outside corner to Weber. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find their inventory online at FordSquare.com. 1-1 is swung on a miss.
One where Landon needs a quick inning. If he gets a quick inning here, he might have a chance to hang around, try to go for the complete game.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning now. Carbondale trails 4-1. Weber, the pitcher, at the bat, takes one outside on the 1-2. It's 2-2. They're in the 7th over there across the way. It's the last chance for the Lady Rams, trailing 7-0. Next pitch is going to miss low. Full count to Weber. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He walked his last time up. It took second on an error by the pitcher, took third rather. And now he'll take his way again, leads off the inning with a walk, and he's come back to haunt you more often than not.
I'd be curious to see how long the leash is on Landon here as Weber will run down the third base line again, go into the pen. And that will be, like I said, interesting to see how long the leash is. Courtesy runner over at first. As we begin this bottom of the sixth with another leadoff walk.
Kelly will stand in, bottom of the sixth inning, you just heard. It's a 4-1 ball game. Here comes the pitch from Thomas to Kelly, and that'll be off the end of the bat. Could be trouble, and it's going to fall between the Bermuda Triangle out there and shallow right center field. Picked up by Pike, thrown in, and it'll be first and second.
A little broken bat variety if it was wooden bat. Just off the end of the bat, just far enough out for the fifth hit for Carbondale in right center field.
Carbondale try some bingo here as we're shy of the top of the hour by about 15 minutes. It's 5:45. We are about an hour and 17 minutes into this game. In the bottom of the sixth inning, nobody out. The battalion run approaching the plate in the form of the center fielder Hoffman. Had a sac fly RBI back in the fourth through lone Carbondale run. He also singled back in the second. The 1-1 today, steps in, faces Thomas. Here comes the pitch. Looks like he went a little over the top on the release from what we usually see from Landon, but it's fouled off, 0-1.
Well, we're getting close. I would say if Landon Thomas does not get this batter, he's going to be out off the mound at least anyway, because Coach McClure is down by the bullpen, and he will signal when Thomas Weber is ready to come in.
Rams on top, 4-1 here in the sixth. Thomas looks back for the runner on second. He'll come home with it out of the stretch. That's going to miss high and away. It's 1-1. First Bank to the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams here on WMIX. With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Inex. Community First Bank, proud to be the voice of high school sports on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Bottom 6 action, 2 on and nobody out for Carbondale. It's going to be high on the 1-1. 2-1 now to Hoffman.
Final from across the way, 7-0 Carbondale over Mount Vernon in softball.
So the Lady Rams now will drop to 3-4 on the year. They're now 0-2 in the South 7. As the Rams trying to get the runner full off the second, the old fish out of water play, as I like to call it. This inning as the ball was thrown away.
It has worked once this year.
Almost worked this time.
Yeah. Carbondale Conference, so it's a little harder to pull it off than it would be with a team that you don't play all the time on a non-conference.
2-1, here it comes. That's going to miss low in the way. 3-1 count now to Hoffman. Nobody out, 2 aboard in the bottom of the sixth inning. Terriers threatening with the tying run at the plate. Down 4-1. Of course, JV baseball game going strong as the Rams lead 9-2 in the fifth. These scoreboard updates are powered by Tony Wilson State Farm Insurance. We'll have some more throughout the broadcast. 3-1 pitch is on its way. More from Tony after this, and it's going to be a walk on 3-1. As it misses outside, that'll load the bases. For all your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony Wilt in Mount Vernon. You can find him in his office perhaps, or maybe you'd rather log on to TonyWilt.com or do what I do and just look for the white State Farm Jeep around town, Tony Wilt, State Farm. We're going to have what we presume will be a pitching change as Tim Holloway will approach the mound, and this break in the action is powered by the Medicine Shop. Stop by the locally owned Medicine Shop Pharmacy, where customer service is their top priority. Dr. Eric Black and the staff, you'll find them at 2339 Broadway. You'll also find TMS Mobility and Rehab.
Well, it's one of those deals where Landon Thomas probably hit a wall. He had 69 pitches through 5 innings, was creeping through the 80s, and kind of lost it there. Leadoff walk, gave up the single, another walk, but they're going to allow to leave him in. Tim Holloway going to go with the senior lefty, kind of see what he has in him. He's thinking, I got you into this mess, coach, and we'll try to get you out of it.
Interestingly enough, bases are loaded here in the sixth for the Terriers. Tying run on first base. Nobody out. That'll bring up the third baseman, Levi Kofer. 1 of 2 today, single back in the fourth. He grounded out to short his first time up. That was back in the second. The lefty gets set out of the windup now. Misses outside to the right-handed batter. It's 1-0.
Nowhere to put him, especially after getting 3 runs in the top half of this inning. Momentum was with Mount Vernon fully. And now, we're going to try to get it back here. Carbondale knocking at the door of opportunity.
Terriers trying to get back into this one. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ground ball that sees its way. No, there's Matthew Williams for the stop. One will come around to score, but that could have been 2. But Williams makes the stop, and it's limited to an RBI single.
Now, that was big. Like you said, he kept it in the infield, which was the most important thing. And by doing that, it limited the damage to 1 run at this point.
Although it's still the bases loaded and nobody out in a 4-2 ball game as Colin Young's going to go talk it over with his pitcher. We'll see if this is to buy some time for Thomas Weber or just to kind of go over.
Thomas has owned Bird in the game so far, 2 strikeouts here as he heads into the third, and then Colin Young goes out, talks to Landon Thomas. and nobody is throwing. Weber is ready to go. He is signaled, as has Coach McClure. He's ready. Here comes Tim Holloway.
This is going to be all she wrote for Landon Thomas as Tim Holloway will come out. You're going to see some changes defensively for the Rams as well. As this break in the action is sponsored by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and also TMS Mobility and Rehab. See them for all your standard and custom mobility needs. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. What we have here in the sixth, if you're just joining us, bases loaded for the Terriers as they threaten with a tying run on second base. Nobody out in the inning, and as they make this pitching change, you hope that Thomas Weber can get the Rams out of a jam as he's done so many times already.
Thomas throw strikes as Landon Thomas exits the game. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits on 2 runs. Actually, one of them earned at this point. Of course, he's responsible for the base runners on the bases, all 3 of them. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He can be the winner in this one. He can also be the loser in this one as he trots out to center field to take over probably for Hayden Peninsky.
So Reeves will slide over to left field. Peninsky will come out. Thomas goes to center. And Thomas Weber, your right pitcher. Right-handed pitcher comes in.
I'll tell you, reminded me back in the day, this guy coming up the bat here, standing around behind the on-deck circle and kind of trying to time. Back in the day in high school, won't say who, what, or where, but somebody tried to do that against us, and pitch got away from our relief pitcher. And, he got away from back there.
That'll happen.
Say who, what, or where, but, guys don't need to be up there walking around. He's back there in the on-deck circle, but I wouldn't have been walking around back then. That's what we used to do to people. You need to go back to where you were.
Extension that Tony Wells scoreboard update. You got that. I think you got it from our mutual friend.
Did I get it? Harrisburg beats Heron 6-0 in baseball.
Rams will see Heron later on this season at the Harrison Bruce Sports Complex.
Yeah. No. Well, yes, it is. Fantastic little complex. It's been building for a year or two now, and that place looks phenomenal. Can't wait to get out there for that game.
Even done something new since last time I would have.
Oh, yeah. You're not in the same spot.
Really?
Huh. I'm going to have to give you directions later tonight.
I'll have to mosey on down. I'll take a look at her next
Lady
time.
Panthers lead Nashville 3-2 going into the top of the 7th in softball.
Interesting.
I'll give you directions tonight to New Heron Place.
Good time.
Fantastic, especially for regional.
Oh, yeah, that's where the Rams will go.
And the Lady Rams.
They finally announced the side assignment? Wow. 3 weeks in the making as the first pitch to Bird missed for a ball. This will be the first batter faced by Thomas Weber. He inherits the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tying run on second at 4-2 ball game. And a fastball low makes it 2 balls, no strikes.
Plate's not only jumping around, but it's disappeared on the Rams. It's gone. Can't find it. Everything going so smoothly here, and now Thomas struggled. Thomas came in, Peninsky out. That meant Reeves goes to left and Thomas to center with Weber on the hill.
The 2-0 will catch the outside corner. Great location that time.
Mercy strike. I think if I'm Mr. Bird, I think I'll take another pitch just to make sure he can throw a strike.
See what they force him to do. Bottom of the 6th, 4-2. Rams on top. Carbondale threatens. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ground ball. It sees its way through. Carbondale could tie it. 1 run in. They're going to hold up the second runner at third, and with nobody out, it's 4-3.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to try to tie it up there. Probably a better move. You don't want to run into the first out at a base, especially at home or third. And Carbondale playing it safe with their third run and 7th hit of the game.
It is 4-3, and this is not where, if you're the Rams, you want to fall apart. But we'll tell you about one of our fine Rams sponsors. Get your credit approved over the phone at Second Chance Auto without even leaving home. Just pick up the phone, dial 244-4582. No fancy sales gimmicks, just honest deals at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East. In Mount Vernon, now impressive credit approval over the phone. Save you some time, save you some effort. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 6th. Carbondale back within 1. Tying run is on third base. First pitch will be blown past Drew Robinson, the second baseman. And it's 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today, grounded to short. Then a 3 unassisted back in the 4th. That's here in the 6th with a chance to really do damage. Falls behind in the count, 0-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Crunch time for the orange and black. Pitch on the way. It's going to be high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Row is right. 5 straight Terriers have reached here in the 6th.
No end in sight with nobody out. Weber gets set on the stretch. The right-hander will fire a fastball. That could be a blooper, and Thomas is going to come up and make the grab. Wow. I would not test his arm. They have it out at first, but they're going to stay ahead of the runner, which makes sense.
They didn't have it out at first. There's nobody there.
Oh, that makes sense.
Metter was as the cutoff guy. How about that? So Metter was in the middle, so nobody was there. That's why that first base, the runner at first was well off the bag. Nobody was there. Really interesting. And Carbondale at least did not take back the runner at third. Did not go back on that. You have to freeze and go back and try to tack up. He was probably about 15, 20 feet off the bag, and there was no way he was going to be able to score from third base on that fly ball.
So the Rams get a big break there. Of course, they have a cannon out there in center field, the former Landon Thomas. Played right field for a stretch last year and the year before.
Corners in. Inland fielder was looking for a double play. A guy who's made contact 2 out of 3 times today, but no hits to show for it.
Of course, Nance will step in and foul the first pitch off. It's 0-1. 4-3. Rams on top here in the bottom of the 6th. Carbondale threatening. They have the bases loaded. 1 out. And now Nance trying to do some damage of his own. Weber looks back. Will fire home out of the stretch. That's going to be a fastball high. That's a strike. That was a flinch. Wow. He flinched hard on that one. That's become a regular thing here in this ballgame on very different things. 1 out, the base is loaded. 1-1 count. Here comes. That's going to be the dirt. Now it's 2-1. So now, if you have Mount Vernon, Weber's got to throw to contact. You've got to make them put him in play. Do not let them walk. The last thing you can do, you don't want to walk the tying run in here in the 6th. 2 on the count, 1 gone. Bases are loaded. Carbondale threatens. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be top sky high. Could do the Rams a favor. In foul territory. For Sawyer Harris, has got to be careful here. He will not come up with it, and that's just going to be strike 2. And that's the problem there. That's where a left fielder or a shortstop has to come over. It's a long, loud strike. But that, doesn't go in the error column because nobody touched it. But Harrison can't expect to backpedal that far. That's a ball that the shortstop or the left fielder has to come over and call him off on. Well, the one that, especially in that case, because you already have to be careful because you can't let it get too far out of reach to a chance where your runner could tag. He wasn't obviously going to be able to do that with distance. Man, see if that comes back to haunt the Rams. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2-2 count on the batter, Nance. He is 0 for 3 today, but you get the impression that with an 0-3 day in a situation like this, he might be due. Weber gets set. Ice, the runner on third, will come home with it. Ooh, that's going to be fouled off of the... Young appears to be okay. It's off his mat. Yeah. And Reeves right now playing more up in left center than he is in left. Kind of squeezed over there towards Thomas. That was a long run for him. That's one there, like I said, a shortstop or a left fielder, shortstop there, base hit, come over and make that play. Bases are crabbed, 1 out here in the 6th, and this one's going to be popped up. Young's going to give chase in foul territory. He will give way to his first baseman, Colton Better. I like what Better did there by calling him off. He had a better look and a better angle to make. Well, you don't want your catcher running towards the baseball like that, running up with gear on everything else. Metter had a better angle, better able to catch it with the first baseman mitt rather than that catcher's mitt. The other positive in that, when those two guys took off, Thomas Weber got his butt off the mound, ran and covered home plate. Like I said, on every play, everybody on the field has something to do. Rams baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. 4-3 ball game. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Carbondale to 6. They trail. And now the first pitch is low and inside to Nadolski, who is 1-3. And now you can play back, you can knock it down, you can get it out anywhere on the infield. 1-0 count, 2 gone. Bases are loaded. Let's see if the Rams can get out of the inning. Here comes the pitch. Ooh, high and tight. It's quickly 2-0. Do not walk that runner in. I don't care which team you play for. You can't let up now. 2 balls and no strikes to Nadolski. He's grounded out to second. He struck out today. He also singled back in the third. 2-0's the count. Here comes the pitch on the way inside and Missy, 3-0. Carbondale is a pitch away from tying the ball game. 3-0 count, 2 gone. The bases are loaded, and the Rams need to find an out pitch here somewhere. 3-0 the count, 2 outs. Glad to have you with us on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. We're at the top of the hour. 3-0 coming. Obligatory call on the outside corner, 3-1. Well, Nashville loses in softball to Pinckneyville, 3-2. Unreal. It's going to be an interesting Mississippi this year. Gordonville lost the other day at Fairfield. Look at that. Champion 182-8 softball taking a little punishment here. 3-1 coming. That's going to be high, and that'll walk the tying run in. We are tied at 4 now to 6. The bases remain loaded and 2 outs. Carbondale has pushed across 3 runs. Again, the first 3 runners that got on, 2 walks and a single have scored. Landon Thomas now cannot be a winner. So Lauder now will come in the bat with the bases loaded. The Carbondale catcher. Bottom half of the sixth inning, tied at 4. Carbondale has scored 3 runs thus far. Depending upon location of future pitches, you think this inning could possibly continue the way things have gone for the Rams. Need a break here. Bases loaded, 2 gone. First pitch to Lauder is going to be sent through the left side. Carbondale is going to take a 5-4 lead, and with the second run coming from behind, the relay will not be in time at 6-4.
Wow. Got to credit Carbondale. They got down early, have been able to battle back, and they will bat around in this inning. And the Terriers, a young and up-and-coming team, trying to make a statement here today.
And it is now 6-4 Carbondale. The Rams will be forced to their last chance. Top of the order due up in the 7th. Still have to get out of the 6th. 6-4 Carbondale. My, oh my. Rams baseball is powered by Community First Bank with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. FDIC. We're at the bottom of the 6th. Carbondale's put quite a few runs across the plate here in the inning to take a 6-4 lead. Here comes, fouled off with the first pitch to number 9, Joey Weber, the pitcher, led off the inning with a walk. And each time that Carbondale's done that, it's come back to haunt the Rams. This time it's a 5-run inning. Will it be more with the bases loaded and a 0-1 count on the batter? 2 outs in the inning. 2 aboard, I should say. 2 outs in the inning. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a ground ball to third. Harrison will charge. He will make the throw in time. The Rams get out of the inning, but the damage has been done. Through 6, Carbondale takes a 6-4 lead. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday Sports Show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner with customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back. Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. We will look for a Red Lake College player of the game in this one. Red Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to find out how. So the top of the order due up at last chance 7th. It'll be Williams, Thomas, and Young. Rams gave up 5 runs in that 6th inning to the Terriers. They take a 6-4 lead in a position to win this ball game and trying to get a complete game effort out of Weber, who comes back out for another frame.
Well, you look at Carbondale, a young team probably looking to the future, and they get down 4-1 and come back with 5 runs in the same bottom half of the inning as Mount Vernon had at the top. That's a credit to them and their coaches as far as not letting that bother them and coming right back at them veteran Mount Vernon Rams. But the Rams still have 3 shots here in the 7th to try to get back into this one.
See if they can get it done. We are here at the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Rams, trailing 6-4 to Carbondale. Have not lost a conference game since April of 2011 at Alpha. They lost that 8-6, also by 2 runs. Williams on the first pitch he sees, going to pop it up to right field. Bird will make the grab. 1 away. 1 out. 1 pitch. That's what Weber wants to see. He has 88 pitches. Now make that 89 coming into this one. 7th inning. 6-4 ball game. 1 out, nobody on for Landon Thomas. As of right now, as we discussed, does stand to be the loser in this one. As Weber inherited the bases loaded, the run had already crossed the plate, so for those runs, the game-winning run, as it could possibly be, the go-ahead, I should say, the 5th run does belong to Thomas. He'll promptly take a second pitch outside. It's quickly 2-0 to Landon. I'd like to see him be able to get himself off of the hook here. Get something started here in the 7th inning. 2-0 pitch is going to be in or out, right across the plate. It's 2-1. Scoreboard updates today have been brought to you by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony in his office. Log on to TonyWilt.com or listen to the White State Farm Jeep around town. Or how about we look for a right field single from LT to keep the inning alive with one out.
Base hit for the Rams in the inning. Tying run comes to the plate.
It'll be Colin Young, 0 for 3, but he is due. So Young, the right-hander, 0 of 3. He's found the third baseman at the past 2 times after striking out back to the first. It also brings Colt Benner to the on-deck circle. Tying run at the plate here for the Rams. Down 2 at 6-4 in the top of the 7th. Young will take a wild pitch ball, and that's going to allow Thomas to get to second base. Both 1-0 to Colin.
Now, a little more life. Checks it into the Rams dugout.
A streak of 31 out of their last 32 games is on the line for the Rams. Pitch on the way, I should say. It's going to be low and away. Ball 2. 2-0 count here to Young. Lady Rams fall to Carbondale, 7-0 on the opposite side. JV Rams lead. Oh, they're going to win that 15-2. Next pitch gets away, and it's 3-0 now to Young. Runner on second base. It's an RBI chance. Carbondale still has to bat in the 5th. Good score 4. You never know. Pitch on the way. It's going to be a strike on the inside corner. Look good from up here.
Yeah, it looked good, and there's no action in the Carbondale bullpen, so it's all on the shoulders of Mr. Weber at this point.
Carbondale, should the Rams come back with that in the 7th, if they did, it would be Kelly Hoffman and Koper. Here comes the pitch on the way across the plate. Young thought he had ball 4 again. That was right across the bat. Yeah, full count.
Coach Holloway is not happy with that. Colin Young not happy. From our angle, looks good.
Full count, 1 gone. Runner on second here at the top of the 7th, and that'll hit him. So there you go. Go second base.
There you go. One too many times, and just like in the bottom of the 6th, things not going well. Now we'll see a visit from the Carbondale coach. And now you have a pinch runner first, or courtesy runner, I should say.
6-4 ball game in the 7th, and Carbondale's going to knock it over at the mound. This breaking the action presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Derek Black and the staff at the Medicine Shop, where customer care is their top priority. So they're not going to do anything here. I don't see anybody warming up.
No, there's been nobody warming up. Even in that long bottom of the 6th inning, there was nobody. So it's all on his shoulders to try to shut the door for Carbondale here.
That'll bring in Colton Benner with 2 on and 1 out here in the 7th. Rams down 6-4 on the road at Carbondale. First pitch on the way to Metter. He'll swing through. It was a low fastball. It's 0-1.
Pretty nasty little pitch by Weber. Low and away, she said, the fastball. Nothing Metter was going to be able to do with that one but pound it into the ground if he'd have made contact.
Definitely some velocity behind it. 0-1 now to Colton. This is going to be right up the middle. It could score 1. We'll see if they're going to wave the runner in to score. Here comes Thomas. Gets away from the center fielder on the horse, headed for second base. There'll be a slide, and the Rams tying run is on third base. As that is, I forget who was running for Young. I think that's Giants.
4th error of the day for Carbondale. 9th hit for the Rams on their 5th run as the tying run now 90 feet away.
Runners to the corners. 6-5 ball game as the Rams get a run back for Trevor Floater, who has hit the ball well of late. The right-hander will stand in with runners to the corners. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. Excitement brewing in Carbondale. Floater gets a piece of 1. Rips it foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. Holly Carroll doing a great job back in our Mount Vernon studio on WMIX. You're on the AM 940. Glad to have you. Listen to us down here on your radio. Listen to us up at Peoria, or listen worldwide at WMIXsports.com. Floater's going to show bunt, foul tips. It's 0-2.
Not sure that float was one there. Floater put that ball. I think he's trying to bunt for a sack. Another sign given by Coach Holloway.
Runners at the corners, 1 gone, top of the 7th. Rams trail 6-5. They've got one of the 5 runs back. See the pitch on the way. Floater gets a piece of it. Going to send it short. They're going to try to avoid 2 here. The tying run cross. This floater's going to be safe at first, and we are tied at 6. Well, there you go. So fielder's choice there, I believe, 6-4.
6-4 fielder's choice.
Floater stays aboard, and most importantly, Zach Giants comes in to score to tie her at 6 here in the 7th.
Yep. Rams still with an opportunity with Floater in first base.
Well, we have free baseball today. Find out. It's all free. I was one of the idiots that stayed up to watch all 16 innings last night of the Cardinal game. Here comes the first pitch to Pike. He'll swing through off speed that time. With a runner on first and 2 outs, it's 0-1 to Jake. Well, thank you, Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. They keep the baseball free here on the radio. 0-1, 2 outs. Pitch on the way to Pike's going to be outside. Floto will stay put on first base, and it's an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't forget, stay up to date on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You can follow us. We're on Facebook, too. We're on social media. 1-1. Here comes the Pike, and that's going to get in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike down to Jake.
No action in Carbondale pen. It's all Mr. Weber right now, which at this point he's probably hitting on the fumes in the gas tank.
But Thomas is off of the hook for the Rams. We are tied at 6 in the 7th. Top half with 2 outs. Pike gets a piece of it, sends a foul off the front foot. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Curious to see if Flota's on the move there at first base with 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Still 15-2 in the JV game in the 5th inning. 0-1 is your count on the batter over there with 1 out. So the Rams try to get out of it. That'll be in the back of Jake Pike on an inside pitch. 2 away with 2 aboard now for the Rams.
Well, I like to see Clayton Reeves get a knock here.
What a feeling.
Flota needs to get a nice, big secondary lead out there at second base. And you're going to go and you're going to test outfielders' arms unless it's just a dink dunk behind the infield.
So 2 on and 2 out for Clayton Reeves. Top of the 7th inning, the Rams have come back to tie it at 6, trying to keep the South 7 run alive here in 2013. Pitch on the way, it's going to be a foul ball. 0-1. That was a foul right back to the backstop, off the end of the bat. So Pike was plunked. Low to reach via the fielder's choice. There's your runners with 2 outs. Reeves going to take in the dirt low and away. 1-1. Clayton has found the shortstop a couple of times today on a ground ball. Come back to the pitcher his last time up. He's 0 of 3 but 2. Whoever checks second base throws in the dirt again. Flota's going to stay put. He took a nice lead. He's doing the right thing out there. It's 2-1 now to Clayton.
Had a nice lead, but the catcher did a pretty good job of sliding over. Did get out of the home plate circle. I don't think Flota had a big enough lead out there at second to get to third on that one safely.
Pitch on the way. It's going to come inside. Make it 3-1 to Clayton. Uh-oh. Having a good at bat here. Something's backing up behind us.
Carbondale's riding Weber. It's him or nothing at this point.
Looks back. Here comes. And that's going to be ripped to the shortstop. They're going to go to third, and that'll be the out on the 6-5. So the fielder's choice will end the inning. We're through 6.5. We're tied at 6. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be. It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment. Plus, free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Rams tie it up in the top half. We go 6-6. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside WMIX, WMIXsports.com. We're powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. It'll be Kelly, Hoffman, and Coper for the Dogs here in the home half. 6-6 ball game. Glad to have you with us on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. 14 minutes past the 6 o'clock hour as this game stretches to become a 1 hour and 46-minute affair. Will it go longer? Will we go extra innings? The Rams are 1-0 in extra inning games this year. First pitch on the way to Kelly is going to be a strike across the outside corner from old Tom Weber. 0-1.
Still, nobody's throwing in the Carbondale bullpen. and nobody's playing catch anywhere to be seen.
Maybe they're going to win it here, they think. 0-1 is going to be low and in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. They still think you want to take a precaution to be safe.
You don't want to put all eggs in one basket.
No, you don't. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorry about that. To Kelly to lead us off, and that is going to be a fly ball left center field. Thomas going to call off Reeves, and that'll be 1 away. So that'll bring up Justin Hoffman, who has actually had a pretty good day at the plate. Single back at the second, had a sac fly RBI in the 4th, walked and scored back in the 6th. Now we're tied at 6 here in the 7th. With 1 out, and the base is empty. First pitch, hey, there it goes. Straight away center field, now kind of going left center. Thomas will call off Reeves, 2 away.
Well,
Magnetron out there.
Well, he makes it look easy.
Everything's a can of corn to Brandon Thomas.
Hofer, 2 of 3 today, scored a run.
Had a good day. Yeah. 6-6 ball game in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs at the base is empty, and this one's going to be sent to right. So we'll see if this is a simple 1-2-3 inning, and it is. We will head to the top of the 8th. Free baseball for you here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. It'll be powered by Community First Bank in the Heartland. With more Jefferson County locations than anyone else, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. For the Rams in the 8th, as we will keep it here for you. 1, 2, 3 go the Dogs. It'll be Harrison, Vanitsky, and Williams, and you kind of have to wonder now if you're getting Carbondale to go 1, 2, 3 there, Danny, in the bottom half of the 7th, if momentum may not be back on the side of the Rams.
Well, it would seem that it would have to be. I mean, Carbondale seems not as excited as they were going into the top of the 7th, obviously giving up those 2 runs to tie. And Carbondale will make a pitching change, as we suspect, as Joey Weber went his 7th inning. So, again, you have to feel that Mount Vernon's got to be feeling lucky to be even playing in the 8th inning at this point. They got an opportunity to maybe steal one here on the road.
So they'll switch places with first base, and Jordan Kelly will be your new pitcher here for the Carbondale Terriers. A right-hander, tall, a little bit of meat on the bones. See how he does against the Ram lineup here at the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Harrison, Vanitsky, and Williams, 8, 9, and 1. Trying to see if they can overtake the Terriers yet again. 6-6 ball game. The Rams tied at the top of the 7th, then shut down Carbondale in the bottom half. And it'll be up to Jordan Kelly to continue to quiet the Ram bats here as we go in extra frame. See any other changes in the lineup anywhere? Don't see any.
Weber
will bat.
7 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Cannot be the winner, cannot be the loser, so your starters get a pat on the back, and it's all bullpen guys.
Many apologies. Took care of Panetsky on the defensive side of the book, did not take care of him on the offensive, so it's actually Harrison Weber and Matthew Williams here in this top half of the 8th inning. Second extra inning game this year. The Rams are 1-0. They took East Peoria to 9 innings and won 3-2 at home. This is our first road extra innings contest here in 2013. 6-6 ball game. Kelly's going to step off of the rubber. Harrison called time, and they're going to talk it over up the foul line on the third base side. Or Tim Holloway's going to, no idea.
I don't know what's going
Maybe
on.
wanting the ball. Nobody on.
Nobody on, nobody out. People warming
I
up.
should have thought about that first.
Oh, they're looking at the batting glove.
What are you talking about?
Oh, they're playing mind games.
There's a batting glove on underneath the glove.
Yeah.
Come on,
little mind
Kelly,
game.
come on.
Little mind game, and known to be a part of such things back in the day as well. It's just a little mind game going on.
6-6 ball game. Kelly, the pitcher. First off, rain will be a fastball high, and it's 1-0 to Harris.
And the reason you don't want that is that it had a black batting glove, but there was some white underneath it that was showing. Now, it could be called deceiving the batter when you have that white on. Of course, he's pitching with white pants on, so I don't know. But pitchers normally don't wear batting gloves.
2-0 to Harrison, make it 3-0 as it's high again. But high fastball, high fastball, high fastball, and quickly it's 3 balls and no strikes. Hitters count for Sawyer. Here comes. He leads off. That's going to miss low and away, and a leadoff walk, and they have leadoff walks come back to haunt both sides today.
Well, that, and, you know, you mess with a pitcher with something just as little as that, mess him around. After he warms up, it can really throw him off.
Top of the 8th inning, tied at 6.
Weber will come into the ball game.
Thomas Weber. felt the same way as his counterpart who started the game for Carbondale. We're here in the 8th inning with one on and nobody out. Rams looking to get a big inning here and try to shut this one down in the bottom half. Weber shows bunt perfectly laid down the first base side. A sacrifice. That throw is actually going to bounce. Are you kidding me? Wow. That's going to be out at first base on the 2-3. As it Plinko down there, I mean, it bounced all the way there. It took a few hops, but somehow it still beat Weber down.
Weber did a good job of trying to hustle that one out. Not sure he didn't beat it out. The umpire did call him out. But, boy, it's a tough call. Now the top of the order, runner at second and one out. The top of the order is your money order. Got to be any man.
Here comes Williams with an RBI chance and a runner on second. Crosses the plate on the outside corner of the right-handed Williams, and the right-handed pitcher Kelly gets ahead here, 0-1. Made an interesting move in his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Something to be concerned about. Keep an eye on. Here comes the 0-1. What is that up high?
When he comes set, he kind of rocks at the top. And it's a natural motion, so it's not like it's a balk.
So now they'll check on the runner at second. He beats the throwback. 1-1 count here on the batter, Williams. The runner on second, one out, top 8. We're tied at 6. Extra innings here at Carbondale. So Louder, the catcher, and the pitcher Kelly are going to talk some things over. Matthew Williams at the plate. JV coach Scott Gamber, the birthday boy from yesterday, is making his way over the varsity field to take a peek. 1-1 count here is back from his spring break trip. 1-1 coming. Ooh, inside-out swing, but it's going to be up the middle. It'll advance the runner. Good play by the shortstop to pick it up. There's 2 away with a runner on third.
Nice little pickup by the shortstop. Did a good job of coming over there and catching that on a hop. Had to throw off balance, made it accurate throw the first one. Pretty nice little play.
George Landon Thomas, whose bat has come alive his past 2 plate appearances. 2 of his last 2 of 4 on the day. He singled and scored his last time. See what he can do here with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. We're tied at 6. Runner on third base for the Rams. Here comes Kelly's offering, and that's going to come inside. It tailed inside. It's 1-0. Rams baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll tell you more about them between innings as we keep it here during the extra frames of free baseball. Thomas lays off on a pitch that veers outside but misses high. 2-0 now to LT. Colin Young's on deck. He walked and scored back in the 7th. His spot, I should say, was a tying run. Here comes the pitch on the way to Thomas. Misses outside. Good eye. It's 3-0.
Take at least one here.
They'll take it. They can get it. Here comes 3-0. It's going to miss high, and that's going to be a 2-out walk to put runners at the corners, and Colin Young's going to have to take the pads off because he's on a bat.
Anything's in play here. Force ball, anything.
Kind of wonder if that's the route they're going to go. Holloway having a conversation with Sawyer Harrison on third base. Thomas is the runner at first. And these are 2 guys that can pull it off if that's the route they decide to take. 2 outs in the top of the 8th, tied at 6. Rams trying to squeak out a win here if they can get a run across the plate. The ball will get away. A strike on the outside corner to Young. Regardless, Carbondale will have to bat. It'll be Bird, Robinson, and Nance in the bottom half of the inning. Tied at 6 here, top of the 8th, 2 on, 2 out. 0-1 count on the batter, Young. Plenty of real estate to park one. It's going to be low and away, 1-1.
Whatever. Never know. It's a count to get some people moving, get some defenders moving, 1-1, and see what happens.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the 8th. Tied at 6. Pitches on the way right across the plate. Must have been high. 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Usually towards supper time like this, that strike zone gets a little bigger.
Much wore off a long time ago. I know that. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports as the notification comes in. Young's going to send one. Oh, but it's going to be stopped by the diving grab on the shortstop. Nadolski comes up with possibly a game-saving play for the Terriers. We head to the bottom half of the 8th, tied at 6, and what a play.
Wow.
You have to be beside yourself there, I think. You're Colin Young. He did everything he could. Looked like it was going to sneak through.
It should have snuck through. Had every way possible, just didn't get it done. And, well, what a play by the shortstop. And that's definite momentum back to the first base dugout with the Terriers.
Well, it is. And Rams baseball is powered by Community First Bank. Incredible. How about if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home at Hicks I know. Woodlawn and Mount Vernon, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. We're tied at 6, the Rams and the Terriers. Still playing extra baseball. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 with Bird, Robinson, and Nance coming up. Weber comes out for another inning of work here for the Rams. And you thought that maybe they were going to sneak that run in with a hit through the left side of the infield, but a great play by Nadolski to make the snow cone grab on the dot.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, it couldn't have been any further away or any closer because snow cone play is a good play. You know, Nadolski will bat fourth in this inning.
See if that becomes a factor. Can he play hero twice? 6-6 ball game heading to the home half of the 8th. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside WMIX and WMIXsports.com. As we near the bottom of the 6 o'clock hour in a game that is now an hour and 57 minutes old. Lady Rams fall to Carbondale today, 7-0. JV Rams pick up a 15-2 victory. No word on the JV softball game. Here in the varsity game, it'll be started off with Dylan Bird. First pitch is going to be sent to right. Pike will have to retreat slightly, but he will make the grab one away. 1 pitch, 1 out. They did him a favor.
Carbondale's not been very patient. The 4 hitters, the last 4 hitters in the 7th and now the 8th, have seen a grand total of 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches.
So that'll bring in Robinson. Of course, Robinson is 0-3 today, but could be the type to be due and make something happen. Base is empty with 1 out. He's going to send this to Rich past the glove of Trevor Floated, just off of his glove in the right field, and that'll be a 1-out base hit.
Game of inches. Previous inning, the ball's caught. This inning gets over the glove of the second baseman.
Time to jump just a millisecond off. As he was already on his way back down when that one hit off the top of his glove. 1 out and a runner aboard for Carbondale. John Nance will step in here in the 8th inning. Tied at 6, Rams and Terriers. Crucial South 7 Conference matchup here on a Thursday afternoon from Jackson County. First pitch strike across the outer portion of the plate to Nance. He's behind 0-1. Big difference in this game. Terriers had it around at the 6th inning. Were able to come back to tie it, or take the lead, I should say, 6-4. Rams got 2 in the 7th, and that's all we've seen since here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1 count on John Nance, the DH, batting for the left fielder. Noah Thornburg. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Nance. The pitcher out of the stretch will be Weber. Ooh, that's a foul ball off at the shin, and then it'll be a 1-2 count.
This is the games we've seen all year. Matches the weather outside today.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. 6-6 ball game here in the 8th. The runner on first base for the Terriers is Drew Robinson, singled with 1 out just off of the glove of Trevor Flota. Did everything he could to make the grab, and that would have been a spectacular play in itself. 1-2 pitch on the way, ground ball. Will it be 2? Harrison will fire over to second for 1. Flota's fire down to first, and that will be a 5-4-3 double play. More free baseball as we head to the top of the 9th, side at 6. We will keep it here. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Of course, to remind you of our sponsors. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check out the all-new, redesigned 2013 Ford Fusion and all of its amenities, or while you're at it, if you're looking to live the lifestyle of luxury, check out the all-new 2013 Lincoln MKZ. Ford Square might just have the largest selection of MKZs in the South. See their inventory online at FordSquare.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Rams Baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. As we head to the 9th, DC, and the Rams, of course, we told you, 1-0 in extra inning games. And somebody needs to end this one.
Well, in this middle of the order from Mount Vernon, 4, 5, and 6, Metter, Flota, and Pike. Guys have been hitting the ball pretty well. And again, that's just game of inches. Boy, that ball there in that last top of the 8th, was right there. That ball was basically hit. And for Colin Young, he goes out as a fly-out. But opportunities for both teams in this game are numerous to not be playing here in the 9th inning.
So Metter will get us started here at the 9th. Thank goodness Bob Karp goes up to 15. He was still a Cardinal broadcaster. He had gone 16 last night.
Yep, of course, he ran out of room.
Metter, Flota, and Pike. Oh, good time on the Twitterverse last night. Don't forget you can follow us at WMIX Sports. Facebook as well, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. If you're not tired of hearing the redundancy of me saying WMIX Sports yet, go to WMIXsports.com. First pitch of the inning to Metter. Ooh, looking Hit one out of the park, swings and misses, nothing to one.
Hell,
Home run cut.
home run it was. He was trying to hit one out to the mall. Wasn't going to get there, though.
Here comes the 0-1. Ooh, took something off of it, and that's going to be sent to left field. Retreating is Hoffman. He'll make the grab, one away. He was trying to hit a home run again.
Yeah, hit the dead center. 370 out there to center field. Not a lot of giddy up out there in that ballpark, part of the ballpark. Just a long, lazy fly out.
Tied at 6. We're in the 9th. One out. Nobody on for Trevor Flota. Top half of the inning on the road at Carbondale. Rams trying to take this South Summit Conference game. Pitch on the way. Flota's going to lay off a tie. And it's 1-0. I don't even know how to go about this year, the Rams. Though I can tell you that it's bottom of the hour. WMIX now. Vernon, 1-0 coming low. Going to miss low and away. It's pushed outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Flota. What other kinds of scores we have from around the area? We'll try to get you some here. 2-0 is going to become 2-1 across the outside portion of the plate. Extra innings here in the 9th. Here comes the next one. 2-1 begets 3-1 on a pitch that misses high. Kelly out for a second inning of work. Pitched effectively. Back in the 8th, got himself out of trouble. 3-0 coming. Lays off. That'll be a 5-pitch walk, on the 3-1 to Trevor Flota.
Mount Vernon has stranded 9 runners today on the base paths and has another one on here now.
So that'll bring Jake Pike, who has been ever so crucial to this Ram lineup this season. A runner on first. They'll check on Flota. Nothing doing. Had an extra inning affair on Saturday. Again, game 1 of the doubleheader against East Peoria. The Rams took that 3-2. Tied at 6 here in the 9th. That's going to come inside. The catches the corner. That's a great pitch there. Good location. Nothing to 1. So Pike falls behind here. He struck out in the 2nd. Flew out to right in the 4th. Had an RBI single and scored the 6th. Was plunked back at the 7th. They're going to check on Flota again.
He's not far enough off the bag to even get caught tagged in a game of tag.
Trying to keep him honest, I guess, over there at first base. Tied at 6 here in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Pike's going to rifle run over the left field wall, foul. And it's 0-2. Pike trying to give Rams fans something to get excited about. Those that are in attendance today. And those of you listening to us on your radio here on WMIXSports.com and AM 940. If you did that backwards, that's okay. 0-2 the count. Photo on first. Pike will swing and miss. There's your second out of the inning. What a game we have for you.
They have to turn the lights on shortly.
They have them. Thank goodness for that. 2 outs and a runner on first. Tied at 6 in the top of the 9th. This will bring in Clayton Reeves, who's crazy enough to do something here. He'll hit a fly ball into right field. Bird will make the fly over to make the grab. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. Rand stranded a runner here in the top half. And we'll head to the bottom half, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll keep it here for you on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. And, of course, Community First Bank. 5 Jefferson County locations. That's more than anyone else. Responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. We'll see Thomas Weber for another inning here as we head to the bottom half. Tied at 6. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. Hey, see, what a game.
It is. I mean, this is the way it should be. Conference game bringing it close, and it is something else. And right now, it's down to the bullpens. Carbondale, of course, has that opportunity, being the home team, to have the walk-off win. But you look at this, and you look at what Mount Vernon and Carbondale have been able to do. Carbondale gets out on top. Mount Vernon comes back. Mount Vernon takes the lead. Carbondale comes back to take the lead. Mount Vernon ties. It has been an effort by both of these two teams. It's been pretty good today. And now you get to go to the bottom of the 9th here and see if Carbondale has anything in their tank offensively.
Well, you take a look at the story of the game for the Rams, at least, is probably the 10 stranded runners. They've left 10 on base throughout the 9 innings. They've come to the plate. Now for Carbondale, we'll see 2, 3, and 4 due up. Thomas Weber's been effective, though. Gave up a single back in the 8th, but got out of the, not even really a jam, but got out of the inning with a 5-4-3 double play. Now we're in the 9th, tied at 6. The Terriers, of course, again, 2, 3, and 4 due up. It'll be Will Nadolski, the shortstop, to start. And we're going to be running out of daylight here pretty soon. First pitch strike across the inside corner. Now it's 0-1 to Nadolski. All Stars and Stitches is one of our booster sponsors. If you put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitches can probably print it for you. CP David All-Stars, just west of the Benton High School, call 435-5555. Now the pitch, good location across the inside corner. It's 0-2. Right-handed Pattern Nadolski. Out of the windup will come Weber. Ooh, fastball in the dirt. At least point. 1-2. Sun looking to take a rest behind the clouds to our west. 1-2 is the count with Nadolski getting started. High fastball, he'll chase, and that's the strikeout for Weber. And now they'll bring up Louder with one out, nobody on here in the ninth.
Was not going to catch up with that pitch. Not up there that high in the eyeball. He won't.
What you can do there. 6-6 ball game in the ninth, nobody on and one out. Mitch Louder will stand in. He had a 2 RBI single back in the sixth, and what a big 2 RBI single it was. Now he'll take a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. You certainly hope now that you're seeing Thomas Weber get a little settled and start throwing aspirin tablets across the plate. 0-1 coming. Ooh, a batted ball put in play. It's fouled on the third base line, trickles down to Sawyer Harrison. It's 0-0.
Well, as a number of games Mount Vernon has had recently, and they will have one again tomorrow, Mr. Weber needs to throw some innings here if this one continues to carry on with extra innings. You need Mr. Weber to go a long time today.
Should the Rams see the 10th, it'll be Harrison, Weber, and Williams. Here comes the 0-2. Ooh, swung on a miss, but that'll get away. The throw will be down to first base. Good throw by Young. A great setup down there at first. I don't know if we talk about Colton Federer and how great of a defender he is, but man, that kid knows how to play.
Well, that's just a case of Young being able to knock the ball down on the third strike, and you have to throw the out there when you don't get the ball on the third strike, and that's where you go inside, outside. That time Young yells outside. That way it's around the runner.
2 away, and that'll bring up Joey Weber. Started the game for the Terriers. Pitched all 7. Then Mr. Kelly ever since. Fouls went off at the first pitch seen. It's 0-1. Out of the lineup comes Weber again. Ooh, going to miss low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Weber. So Weber pitching to Weber here, spelled the same. Just 1 B. B is in boy. See what they get here. Base is empty, 2 outs, bottom 9. Pitch on the way. High and tight, 2-1. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Find us on Facebook. The 2-1 coming from Weber. Out of the windup. Ooh, ground ball. Good trap there by Colton. He'll step on the bag. We head to the 10th. We are tied at 6 on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Due up for the Rams here in the 10th inning. It'll be, again, we told you, Harrison, Weber, and Williams, barring any changes to Tim Holloway's lineup. So glad for those of you who have remained on WMIX. Thank you for listening to the broadcast today. We're glad to have you on the internet as well at WMIXSports.com. Get you some scores from around the region here in just a moment. We can tell you the Lady Rams did fall today to Carbondale, 7-0 over there on the diamond to our immediate right. To our immediate left, the Rams JV baseball team won 15-2. Jordan Kelly will take his place for a 3rd inning of work as we head to the 10th. A 6-6 ball game here from Carbondale, and what a thrilling one it has been thus far.
It's been exciting, and these two teams are battling it out, getting it out here on this conference game in the South 7. It's cool to see because you've got two teams that are scratching and clawing for everything, and coming up with that next run is going to be the toughest one of the day, obviously.
For both teams. Haven't seen any offense since the Rams in their last chance 7th scored 2 to tie it at 6.
And you run into the bullpens, they're going to have to take care of this. And then also, with Belleville East coming in tomorrow from Mount Vernon, that's no softy either. So the Rams are going to have to really step it up and get some things going here. Let's get some scores here as we're waiting around. Johnston City lost to Chester in baseball 2-0. We'll move on down the list. Westland beat Carlisle in baseball 5-3. Moving on down the list, we checked Twitterverse. Benton beat Frankfort in 6-12 on the road. Let's see if we can get one more.
It was
East Altonwood, or actually Roxana beat Civic Memorial 3-1.
Sorry about that. Incidental contact, I guess you could call that. As Harrison will foul off the first pitch, 0-1. So that's a good scoreboard update, a healthy one. We'll have scores for you tonight on WMIXSports.com. The 0-1 to Harrison will be low and away from Kelly. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tony Will brings you our scores all season long, and of course, we'll tell you more about Tony after this pitch to Harrison. Ooh, just past the diving third baseman. Nadolski picks it up, fires in time. It's 3 will be the first out.
Cannon arm from the deep pocket of shortstop out there. Nice cannon, nice arm there by Nadolski. Made the play, then from the deep side of short, made a nice throw over the first. To the 10th inning we are. Nobody on and 1 out now for Thomas Weber. Could help out his own cause by getting on base here. We're tied at 6. Here comes the pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. Extra innings kind of seem to be the way of life on WMIX. Last night on 94.1 FM, you heard the Cardinals battle the Diamondbacks at 16 and drop a 10-9 loss. Today on AM 940, you're hearing the Rams battling the Terriers. 2-0 count on the batter, Thomas Weber. 1 out, bases empty at the top of the 10th. He'll pop this one up. A good pop-up, foul territory. Kelly will make the grab. There's 2 away. Pitcher called off the catcher. Won't see that at the paid level, but you'll see it at high school and college level.
We start to dance with the 7 o'clock hour before you know it. Of course, we're just 2 minutes past the bottom, but still we'll have a bottom of the 10th inning regardless of what happens here with 2 outs and the bases empty for Matthew Williams. Kelly out of the windup. Here comes the initial offering. It'll be a strike across the outside corner, and it's 0-1. The pitchers have found their rhythm, but the batters might be a little tired as well.
One of those kind of days, you get a 5, 6, 7 at-bat game, your average can go up or it can go down really quick.
As Williams fouls one off, 0-2, and that is absolutely right. You lose a few points or gain a few points on a day like this. In the top of the 10th, tied at 6, bases empty, 2 outs, 0-2 the count on Williams. Kelly gets set to center fielder playing straight away. Pitch on the way, Williams swings and misses. We head to the bottom half of the 10th, still tied at 6. Of course, we keep it here during the extra innings. Free coverage for free baseball. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside. We'll get some scores here in just a moment on the Twitterverse.
It is Belleville West over Alton in a 6-10-5. Lady Panthers of Pinckneyville beat Nashville in softball days 3-2. Harrisburg over Heron in baseball 6-0. Nashville led Pinckneyville in baseball in a 5-8-3. Triad beat Chatham-Glenwood 11-0 in 5 innings. In baseball, O'Fallon beat Edwardsville 2-0. Actually, that's the middle of the 4th, I should say. Those are your updates that we have in so far via the score updates.
Score updates provided by Tony Wilkes, State Farm Insurance. Rams baseball provided by Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. We're back on the air tomorrow, as long as this game's done. At 4:15, the Belleville East Lancers will count the sound. We'll have that game for you. Monday, we head over to Edwards County to watch the Lady Rams and Lady Lions. 4:15, your pregame then. Tuesday, the Rams on a conference rain date already had a scheduled dance with Mascoutah. That's who they'll play at home. Next Wednesday, we head to Rent One Park to watch the Rams and the Harrisburg Bulldogs, and what's been a nice favorite to see over the years. Thursday, it's conference play with the Cahokia Comanches coming into Shagnon Gym. How about Brennan Klein Field? Only 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 days. I don't even know how the basketball season. And then Friday, the Rams take the day off. We'll have Lady Rams softball versus Mater Dei for a double dip. First pitch to Kelly, and he is going to send one deep to left center field and gone. And just like that, the Terriers will win this one 7-6 on a walk-off shot by Jordan Kelly, who becomes the winning pitcher. We'll have your numbers in the Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today, and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Allow me to introduce the all-new 2013 Lincoln MKZ. Hi, Roy Schmidt Lincoln dealer at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. We are excited about the refreshingly new 2013 Lincoln MKZ and are confident that we have a bigger selection than anyone else in Southern Illinois. The new MKZ is the future of Lincoln design born today. With elegant fluid lines, every surface is faceted like the many dimensions of discovery. Those who seek new experiences will also delight in the many twists and turns of its athletic stance. Inside the MKZ, you'll find genuine wood trim with power windows that boast global open technology and premium leather-trimmed interior. See our great selection of the all-new 2013 Lincoln MKZ online at fordsquare.com or see one of our associates at Ford Square Mount Vernon 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and find us on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit, and starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday sports show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show starts now.
Welcome back to Carbondale Community High School, at least here in the neighborhood of Carbondale High School. It's over to our left. I don't know, you could probably hit that with your driver. And Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Rams fall in extra innings. It took 10 to play with a walk-off home run from Jordan Kelly. Seals a 7-6 victory for the Carbondale Terriers. Terriers improved to 7-4-1, now 2-1 the South 7. Rams lose their first conference game since 2011. They're now 2-1, so tied atop the leaderboard as they went head-to-head. Of course, Carbondale would be on top. Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. Glad to have you with us. We need to get to your Heartland County postgame stats. We'll get to that in just a moment. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Schmidt Chevrolet, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon. View their inventory online at schmidtchevrolet.com. Do not forget that we will have your Red Lake College Player of the Game coming up here in just a moment. Heartland County postgame stats. Heartland County is your small business expert. See them at 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Mount Vernon was 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 10 on base. Carbondale had 7 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors, 10 left on base. Jordan Kelly is your winning pitcher, also hit the game-winning home run. Thomas Weber is your losing pitcher in a game that took 2 hours and 15 minutes. Carbondale 7, Mount Vernon 6 in 10 innings. There you go. Let's look at your Heartland County postgame stats and your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your Red Lake College Player of the Game. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next round weather. Mainly clear and chilly tonight, a low 32 in the countryside, 36 in town. Tomorrow, sunny with a pleasant afternoon, a high 62. Increasing clouds tomorrow night, a low 41. Saturday, clouds and some sun, windy and warmer with a high of 70. And the outlook for Sunday, mostly cloudy with a shower or two and a high temperature again, 70 degrees. Next round weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Listen to us from any device at WMIXSports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Back to wrap it up from Carbondale. A walk-off home run by Jordan Kelly in the bottom of the 10th inning wins it for the Terriers, 7-6. We need a Red Lake College Player of the Game. Of course, Red Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to find out how. And looking for a player of the game.
Colton Metter was 35.
Made some great defense. Yes. Colton Metter for that effort today is our Red Lake College Player of the Game. Save thousands on your college education at rlc.edu. WMIX.edu. We will be back on the air tomorrow because this game got done in time. 4:15 is your pregame tomorrow afternoon against the Belleville East Lancers. We hope you'll take the time to join us or bring your radio out to the park and listen to us there. For Danny Czerwinski, for Holly Carroll, did a great job back at the studio. For everyone at Withers Broadcasting and WMIX Sports, on behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Rams Baseball. They come up short today in 10 innings, 7-6 to Carbondale. I'm Chris Hugo. So long from Carbondale.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at WMIXSports.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music, WMIX. Find archived broadcasts of Rams baseball at WMIXSports.com.